Hey, American Contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Northern Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Northern Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the for changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I as a contractor appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor who's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
What's up, everyone? Lead meteorologist John Choquette here. Apparently about to eat some crow for my 5 p.m. update for the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We have a severe thunderstorm warning up for Tarrant County. The storm is about to move into Tarrant County right now. Let's zoom right in here. Here is the storm in question. It was actually the storm that was the original storm that went up, and now it is reborn essentially here as it's moving into Tarrant County, right by Azle, Lakeside. Here is 820, one of the loops here for Fort Worth. This is the Tarrant County line, right on that line right here. Let's go ahead and query the early tornado signature we got on this. Okay, so the warnings for golf ball size hail now. They just, all right, so we got the warning for, so quizzes, okay. All right, let's just go ahead and bring up the query, just hit early on there and then I'll bring it up. There we go. Oh, no, that's okay, the other thing. All right, radar update, the main query, you're on Titan query.
Wait, Titan query?
No, main query.
I am on main query.
Oh, what the heck? Okay, well, never mind. Either way, we have a storm, it's got hail, the storm's warned for golf ball size hail. Let's bring up the warning again. Sorry, we'll get this on here. Here we go. So this includes Fort Worth, Grapevine, North Richland Hills. Again, 1.2 million people in the path of this thing with up to golf ball size hail. Let's go ahead and check right in to the CCs here for the Lakeside area. Look at that. Okay, we're already getting some pretty low CCs right in the main section of the storm where you're getting that big updraft and you're getting all of this hail suspended. We've had very large hail indicators on this thing just to the west of Tarrant County before this really took off. So it wasn't showing much in the way of any hail until very recently where this hail's starting to come down. This is a big, tall, angry storm now really picking up strength as it's moving into Tarrant County. So we can go ahead, remove this, just go right back to reflectivity, and we can see here, this is where your hail is going to be out. Again, right on that Tarrant County line. We already got a report, just came in a second ago. Let's check in on that. See what we got. Okay, so we got quarter size hail, 5 west off of Lakeside. So quarter size hail confirmed already from the first report that has come in, and this storm looks like it's continuing to strengthen. It's looking even healthier now than it did a few minutes ago. And with that, we're going to have to do double duty here. If you saw in the title, not only is there this storm, but also we're going to jump down to San Antonio right now and check in on that, where we have a absolute behemoth of a storm here. This one has had a history of baseball size hail, warned for even bigger than that previously, and even had a tornado in Hondo a little while ago. This thing is a monster, and it is moving into Bexar County, where San Antonio is located, in the next 10 to 15 minutes. We're going to query this tornado warning here for San Antonio. Okay, so it's got one for 2-inch hail. We have, it includes Alamo Heights, San Antonio, Castroville, and Terrell Hills. Again, 1.4 million people in the line of this. And there's also a severe thunderstorm warning for this. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, for 2-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind. So wind-driven hail is going to be a major concern with this. And I think go back to the tornado warning and off-air, on the off-air query, does it say it's confirmed?
No, radar indicator.
Radar indicate? Okay, that's good. So there's no confirmed tornado warning on this right now. But go ahead, let's just bring the whole thing over to CCs, the correlation coefficient, and it'll show, yeah, okay. You can tell, you know, we guys have been talking about this with the greens, the yellows, the blues, all of that jazz. When you see that, that's big hail. Look at how this radar has just lit up with mostly just green, yellows, and the blues. We can zoom in. If we zoom in just right in the center here, where we're really showing quite a bit. Oh my God, okay, yeah, so we're getting a ton of hail here with this in the Castroville area, and this is all moving generally towards the San Antonio area, just south of I-10, or I-410, sorry, and then pretty much going right around where the I-35 is at as well. So the center and probably downtown and points south in San Antonio. Let's go back to reflectivity, go back and you can see the craziness that is the storm. Let's do the velocity scope on this and see where we're getting the, oh my God, wow, look at that, that is crazy. So that is a pretty tight couplet. That completely understands why we're going with this tornado warning here. So if there is a tornado that ends up in this here in Castroville, you will not see it. It is going to definitely be very rain wrapped. And even if there isn't a tornado, when you see the velocities this high, up in the purples and the hot pinks, that's indicating very strong wind as well. So wind-driven hail is going to be a major concern with this as we're moving into Bexar County in the next 10-15 minutes here. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, we just got a radar update. Zoom out a little bit, and we're gonna kind of see where this is. It looks like it's pretty much moving due east. Can we roll the radar back just, I don't know, about 10 minutes and then kind of push it forward here? Yeah, and then push it forward. Yeah, so it's pretty much, it's riding Highway 90, pretty much dead on. So, and look at the hail core on this is from pretty much where my hand is all the way down here. This is gonna be a major hail swath that's gonna shove all the way through pretty much the center of San Antonio, going due east here. Okay, major hail, strong winds, and potentially tornadic activity with this shoving off to the east. I know I don't want to like Bear. Okay, it's Bear County. Got it. I know we don't want to come off of this, but we got to go back to Tarrant County now. We're gonna pretty much do double duty. I'm gonna try to switch back and forth every 5-10 minutes here, and it's really starting to struggle a little bit as we have to go hundreds of miles very quickly. Zooming in on the storm here, let's see what we're looking at here in Tarrant County. So this is in North Fort Worth, over by the lakeside, Lake Worth, Saginaw area. Here's your hail core right there where you see the high DBZs, the pinks showing up and the darker reds. Let's say, is the warning updated at all? Let's just query that real fast. Update that warning for everybody. Okay, so still golf ball size hail till 9 p.m. Okay, Fort Worth, Grapevine, North Richland Hills, you're all under that warning, especially if you are north of the 820 here in the Fort Worth area. Let's clear this out and bring up the CC scope, or just CCs, whichever you feel like. Okay, so that's where your hail is going to be at. Let's zoom in pretty far on here. I think we're getting into population. Let's see where we are getting the biggest hail right now. Okay, over here by Castle Hill Estate, zoom in even further over by Eagle Mountain, and we should get the roads up here soon. Okay, so now we have the 10-mile bridge road, Robertson Road, and Jacksboro Highway. This is where you're getting that hail right now. Maybe zoom in even further, see if we get any local roads in there too. Whoop, okay. Maybe not. I think there's a lake near here or something. So yeah, there's definitely, okay. So that that's where you're getting your hail. And you're probably getting, again, up to golf ball size hail with this here in, again, Tarrant County. So we're doing double duty. We have Dallas and San Antonio. So this is Tarrant County's North Fort Worth area, and then we're going to be going back to San Antonio. Right now, if I had to rank the storms, which ones were more severe, the San Antonio storm is much more severe than the storm here in the Fort Worth area. I don't think the wind-driven hail is as big of an issue right now in the Fort Worth area versus over in San Antonio, and there is currently no tornado threat at the moment with this in the Fort Worth area. I'll zoom out a little bit, go get the whole storm here for everybody to see. Again, when you see these pretty low CC values, you want to see the greens and the yellow showing up. That's always when you want to get that bigger hail of the bigger than quarter, so you want like golf ball and larger. Let's remove the CC scope, which just see normal reflectivity on this now. And again, this is where it's at. Storm's looking a little interesting. Are you able to like bring this up again, or is this just going to give me the...
Let me give it a whirl.
If not, you can just check on... Yeah, let's just bring it... Analyst is up on the other computer. Just bring it up and tell me what the marker says on Analyst.
Marker is at 2.64.
2.64, okay, so algorithms indicating this is showing upwards of tennis ball size hail, so still maintaining that strength here. So this is, again, here's Eagle Mountain, here's Azle, Lake Worth. It's pretty much moving due east. It's going to be heading towards 287 in Saginaw here in the next 10 minutes or so. So that's what we're doing here. Let's zoom it out a little bit, just do the Dallas-Fort Worth Metro, just real quick. Give everybody an idea of what's happening. This is the only game in town right now here in the Fort Worth area, moving east. And that's going to be eventually going into Dallas County. And now we're going to go down to San Antonio, where we have, again, a much more severe storm ongoing here in Bexar County. This is a monster storm. You can see all the little indications of potential tornadic activity. Tornado warning in effect. I don't think there's anything confirmed at the moment. Let's check the warning again, just make sure it hasn't been updated since the last few minutes when we were on here. So it's 8:09 p.m. Central Time till 8:45 p.m. Central Time. This is the tornado warning in effect of upwards of 2-inch, possibly even larger hail, definitely wind-driven hail as well. Very intense winds, upwards of 70 miles an hour here, right along Highway 90, right where we are starting to cross into the far western sections of San Antonio. Nothing confirmed?
Not yet.
Nothing confirmed, okay, good. All right, let's zoom in a little bit here. Let's see where we're at population-wise. I don't know San Antonio super well, so I don't know where the real dense population begins. Here is 410, and here is your storm. And then if we just switch, again, we're gonna switch the whole thing over to correlation coefficient because you can see the hail core clear as day right here just north of Castroville. Zoom in, yeah, we'll circle it. This is where your hail's at. Again, probably large quantities of hail, upwards of that 2-inch, possibly even bigger. Yeah, my goodness. Okay, yeah, it just got a little more intense too. So it looks like, again, along and north of Highway 90 here in far western Bexar County, that is where that hail is going to be. Let's zoom in like right over here, right where, right into the core here, and just, I only have the roads loaded for Bexar County, so let's get just what's over here when we cross this line on the western sections of the county. Zoom in a little bit more. See, okay, here we go. So if you're on Potranco Road and over by the Stephen Parkway, you're probably seeing some pretty intense weather right now. A lot of rain, a lot of hail, and a lot of wind with this. Again, probably upwards of 2-inch hail right now is what I'm saying, at least over here. And again, this is moving off to the east into very densely populated San Antonio very soon. Let's zoom it back out a little bit. I know we're gonna be jumping all over the place with this. I wanna check in on that tornado threat, make sure there isn't anything on the ground. With the amount of hail there is, it's gonna be really hard to see a debris ball because there's hail wrapping around this thing. And but that's where you're gonna possibly have a tornado. When you see velocities like this, that is where that tornadic circulation might be. If we zoom in really close here, pretty much in the center of Castroville, let's zoom right into it. You can see there's your couplet right here. That's concerning. When you see it real tight, you see the really intense hot pink with the intense blue butting up against each other, pretty much right over the name Castroville here along Highway 90. That is your potential tornado. And if there is a tornado on the ground with this, you're not going to see it. It is going to be rain wrapped with a ton of rain and possibly a ton of hail as well. And then the winds just north and south of it are going to be very intense also. So don't try to go out and see this thing. It's going to be a rain wrapped monster. It's going to be invisible to somebody until it's way too late. So you got the concern for the possible tornado. Again, we haven't had any confirmation, at least anytime soon. I don't know if there's any MPing reports, any Spire Network reports. If you guys watching hear anything confirmed, you can put it in the comments as well. Let us know. Again, there's a multifaceted issue here with this storm moving to San Antonio with a very large hail, that potential for a tornado, and very strong winds. Wind-driven hail may be a big-time problem with this as it moves into the San Antonio area. Let's remove the velocities now to see what it looks like here. Okay, you got all the different radars in Texas are indicating the potential for a tornado. And then this is where your hail is at, just north of it. Again, we are now moving into western sections of the San Antonio area. Leon Valley is right behind our banner here. Your hail is right over here. You see the deeper reds and the purples and pinks showing up. That is where that hail is located, and there's going to be a ton of rain with this hail as well. I don't think it's going to be all hail falling right now just based on the reflectivity within this thing. So I think there's going to be a ton of hail and rain and wind blowing all the stuff around here across the Leon Valley, far western sections of San Antonio. I think like SeaWorld or something's over here. I'm pretty sure SeaWorld's over here. It's going to be in that area. So I think this is now moving into San Antonio. If I move to the other side of the screen, you can see there's downtown, way off on the edge of the screen, and this is where your biggest hail is going to be gone right along Potranco Road. And then what's this highway here? I think it's West something. Why is this one small? 60. What is it? West Loop 1604, the West Loop here. So we're getting into the loop, so I'm sure if we zoom in all the way, there's gonna be a ton of little local streets on this. Yeah, okay, we're hitting a lot of people now. So again, probably pretty intense. A lot of wind, a lot of rain, a lot of hail with this. Again, I think upwards of 2-inch hail, at least with this right now. I don't think we have any reports coming in yet. I don't know if we got anything on MPing. I'm assuming people are going to be losing power with this. This had a history of very large hail earlier. It was actually 2 supercells that merged together and is now moving into western sections of San Antonio.
People are reporting 1 inch on the very outer edge of the hail core right now. So 1 inch hail on the
1 inch on the outer, oh God. Okay, yeah, so there's going to be some big reports that come out of the skies. So again, this could be a very intense map that we're making right now. All right, let's zoom it out a little bit. I mean, we're zoomed in. If you're just tuning in, you're figuring out what we're doing here. We have 2 different storms going on. We've been focusing on San Antonio the most right now. It is the most intense storm. It's tornado warned. It's had the history of the biggest hail, and it is now impacting San Antonio itself. But we're going to check back in with Dallas-Fort Worth. Let's see what's happening in Tarrant County. I haven't checked in on that in a little bit here. And okay, we're starting to get reports in. And okay, tornado warning here. All right, so we got, I don't know which one to do, so we're just going to kind of give it equal time. Let's go ahead. Let's do a tornado, query the tornado warning. Okay, so it's warned for 2-inch hail. And can you go, is it confirmed? Is it just radar indicated? What's going on with this? Radar indicated. Okay, radar indicated tornado warning for Tarrant County, includes North Richland Hills, Keller, Grapevine, and eventually the international airports, pretty much where my finger's at. And we got another report of hail here. Okay, quarter size, multiple reports of quarter size hail from Azle to Saginaw. That makes sense. Okay, we can kill that. And now let's bring up the velocity scope on this storm. I do see a hook here now. There we go. That's, again, this isn't looking as intense as the storm in San Antonio, but again, it's a tornadic looking storm. We had a couple boundaries in Dallas-Fort Worth earlier. The cloud cover, pretty much right after I did my video saying, you're done, the cloud cover ended up going away, and then instability really kicked it up a notch here very quickly. So let's switch the whole thing over to CCs now. Okay, I don't see a debris ball, so that's good. The hail is in here, for sure. Getting the hail, probably quarter. I'm saying probably quarter to golf ball based on what we're hearing so far. The golf ball size hail probably entering Saginaw now. It's going to cross over 287, get to much more dense population in the next, I don't know, 5-10 minutes or so. What's the speed of this thing? How fast is this thing moving?
30 miles an hour.
30 east?
Yes.
Okay, let's do a track here, going 30 miles an hour, pretty much due east. This is where your potential for a tornado is going to be. And then, okay, so it should be within the next 45 minutes. So Saginaw, you're in the next couple minutes, pretty much right now. Blue Mound at 8:22, North Richland Hills at 8:35, Bedford 8:44, and 8:52 we're going to be crossing into Dallas County with Euless, and then we'll be doing North Dallas County after that. So right now we have a storm here, tornado warned in Tarrant County. It's also tornado warned in Bexar County down in San Antonio. This one, nothing confirmed at the moment. Okay, we're getting all kinds of comments coming in all over the place here, guys. Thanks. Keep the comments rolling in. Share this video. Obviously, we got a lot going on here. Thanks to our sponsors, C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and American Contractor in the description below. That's the only plug I'm going to do right now because I'm thinking about it. We're getting the hail crossing Highway 287 right now here. This is where most of your hail is going to be. Again, that quarter to probably up to golf ball size hail. Zooming in right along Highway 287 and then right by Old Decatur Road. Here's Eagle Mountain. This is an area I think got hit. Is this where the first storm was back in March? Same area. Same basically. It's basically the same area. Yeah, it's the same area. This is gonna move a little further east though than what that storm had. Just very similar to what was hit about a month ago here in the Fort Worth area. And just do a CC scope on this, kind of see what there's obviously a ton of hail falling out of it here. Okay. Okay. Big hail. Big hail. We got big hail here, guys. That's probably that's some big, it's either a metric jack ton of quarter to golf ball size hail or we're seeing some big time hailstones out of this. That would be probably like tennis balls or something. So, all right. Okay, all right, so up to tennis ball size hail likely here, right along Highway 287 in the Saginaw area. Again, moving east about 30 miles an hour, so that's gonna put everything downstream here. East Harmon Road and Blue Mound Road, you're gonna be impacted by this next 5 to 10 minutes. And then after that, we're gonna be crossing I-35 west in the next 15 minutes here in northern Tarrant County. Let's zoom it out a little bit. We're going to just go back to the DFW view. This is going to be the only storm in town at the moment. Let's check. Okay, it's gonna struggle a tiny bit here. Okay, yeah, we got a lot loaded up, a lot going on, so our system's going to be a little upset. Let's jump down to San Antonio now. So we're going to take a break from Tarrant County at the moment. Again, if you're very concerned about tornadoes for either of these storms, you can turn on your local news as well, since we have to do double duty in 2 major metropolitan areas. Here we are in San Antonio. This is what the storm's looking like right now. Let's zoom right in here. Let's, okay, here's probably a more intense part of the hail core right just north of Highway 90 in western Bexar County. Let's see what the CCs are showing with this. Okay, all right. Okay, is that like 2 cores? Here, let's just switch the whole thing over to CCs. We don't need the scope on this one. Let's kill the scope and then, okay, yeah, so we got 2 hail cores. We got one right here, right along the 410 loop here in the West San Antonio, Leon Valley area. And then looks like more hail in here along with backscattering from the main hailstorm. So this hailstorm is dropping so much hail that's actually causing the CCs to really scatter to the back of this. So, all right, let's go back. I don't see a debris ball at least, which is good. Do velocities down here. Okay, let's just move it around a little bit. Huh, looks like we got 2 different, is that like 2 different, or is it still just back here? The storm might be trying to do something funky with this. But with that, there's no very obvious sign of anything tornadic at the moment. Obviously, that can change very quickly. We were just here a couple minutes ago, and there's a lot of different cores with this, and likely you're not going to be able to see a tornado. So if you hear the sirens going off, you're under a tornado warning, your phone blew up and started vibrating like crazy, chances are you're in that tornado warning and you need to get to your safe place and just wait this out until it has passed. Okay, it's still tornado warning until 8:45, still for 2-inch hail. I don't think that's updated at all. Is the warning, the severe warning updated for pretty much all Bexar County?
It has not updated. It's moving northeast at 25.
Okay, so let's go ahead and bring up the track here where, I mean, we're getting that hail now across San Antonio. Northeast of 25. So we're going slow. It's going to be a long hail time. So it's pretty much, it's going to be at the Westwood Village 826, Balcones Heights at 42, Alamo Heights at 53, and then 902 will be in Kirby, which at that point is going to be starting to move out of San Antonio. So this is going to be a long duration event here for the San Antonio Metro as it is moving slow. It's dropping hail, strong winds, ton of rain, so flooding probably will become an issue with this as well, and it's still also tornado warned. So this is a multi-issue event here across San Antonio. Any other MPing reports or anything coming out of this?
No MPings coming in yet from either of these, unfortunately.
Okay, well, that's fine. MPing isn't the most reliable thing sometimes. It's just, they'll come in quick sometimes. But so this storm, again, looking at it from, let's bring up the CCs because we just got a radar update here at 8:23. Okay, so it's not as crazy as it was. So let's roll the radar back with correlation coefficient. It's not as crazy intense as it was about 10-ish minutes ago. But yeah, back here, yeah, 10 minutes ago, and then we just kind of push it forward. You can see a hail right here in the Leon Valley area. And that's, yeah, moved into San Antonio, got hail. Yeah, it seems like hail is just kind of bouncing all over the place within this. So, bunch of hail with this storm. Again, I'm thinking probably upwards of 2 inch in diameter. That's what the warning is for, but I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if we get upwards of bigger reports sneaking in here every now and again. So let's bring it back to reflectivity. No reports came out on like GR Earth or anything, right? Is that what you're just checking?
That's what I was checking on.
Okay, yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, no reports yet. We got a marker at 2.76 still, and actually, I should correct that.
For San Antonio?
2.5 inches way west of San Antonio, but the marker in San Antonio is 2.7 right now.
Okay, yeah. So it's still a monster storm.
And in DFW, a golf ball report came in DFW area.
Okay, well, all right, we'll jump into Fort Worth here in just a second. So, people asking, oh, we just got a report from Castroville. That's 1 inch. Okay, all right. No, that's a golf ball report here in Castroville. So, golf ball report just came in Castroville, and then that's from a little while ago. These reports might be a little delayed. We are in a tornado warning. I mean, I just said it. People need to get into a tornado safe place. So you're not going to be getting the reports of hail right out the gate here. Let's jump over to Tarrant County, where I believe we got a golf ball report that just came in a moment ago. Okay, let's just take a second here. Okay, we're getting reports coming in. Let's give the Max system 2 seconds to load up, and let's zoom in. Where are we at here? We got an updated, looks like the tornado warning hasn't updated yet. Okay, this looks like, is this the newest report by Saginaw here? Nope, that's the wrong one. Okay, there's this one back here then. There you go, golf ball report on Boat Club Road here in Lake Worth. So that's confirmed golf ball size hail's happening currently, at least with this storm. Okay, let's kill this. Let's see. This is where your hail core is at. It's crossing Highway I-35 West right now. Let's go ahead and bring up the CCs just on this. I guess, yeah, okay. Oh my goodness. All right, so notice the very green. When you see all the green, that means that's where your hail core is at, and there might be a lot of big hail falling out of this thing, guys. Let's zoom in. Let's just pinpoint exactly where it is within. This is northern Tarrant County, East Bonds Ranch Road, Harmon Road, I-35 West. Yeah, it's pretty much right over I-35 West right now, near North Riverside Road, Golden Triangle Boulevard. I believe this is Keller now? Yeah, we're in Keller. So in western Keller here, this is where that big time hail is coming. We just switch it to CCs. Just
a 2 inch report came in a second ago.
2 inch report? Okay, yeah, so we're probably seeing tennis balls in this. Yeah, you're probably getting tennis balls on I-35 right now. So, man, you guys did some good hail dancing. I threw out my forecast right at 5 o'clock, and then never doubt Dallas, I guess. All right, so this is probably going to be we're probably making some big hail maps as well here, guys. So they're going to be on the same map. If you're purchasing your stuff, you're going to get Del Rio with it too. And I don't know, we might have Derek on the green screen tomorrow. We'll see. So, yes. Yeah, no problem, Wes. Again, I'm eating crow here on the video right now for doubting it. So let's switch back over to reflectivity. And yeah, so this is the storm right now. Let's zoom it out just a little bit so we can make sure, I'm gonna check to make sure everybody's okay on the tornado side of things. Let's check this. There'd be any sort of rotation, it's gonna be down here. You see the little hook coming in. You got that nice warm air kind of wrapping up into this thing. And okay, yeah, that's not looking, I mean, there's rotation to keep the hail in the sky to make it get bigger. I don't think we're gonna necessarily see anything coming down on the ground based on what I'm seeing at the moment. Is this the 2-inch report? Is this just popped up a second ago here at 8:28? One inch hail reported by NWS employee near Presidio Vista Drive, but you said a 2-inch report came in as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Oh,
There it is. Oh, it's in the same spot, pretty much? Okay. All right, yeah, so we're getting reports on top of each other. Point is, we're getting up to that 2-inch hail confirmed here. And so now we're moving into Keller. So right along I-35, your hail core is gonna be pretty much right up in here. And that's gonna be moving through Keller and then into Grapevine and probably very close to DFW International here in the next 20 minutes. So this is the storm in Tarrant County. It's tornado warned. I'm not seeing anything that is indicating that a tornado is ongoing at the moment, though, of course, as always, and you take your tornado precautions, you hear the sirens, you get your phone going off, you know, you want to get yourself into the tornado safe place. You know, like James Spann says, respect that polygon. So that is what's going on. When's KC going to get in the mix? Not today, unfortunately. So here we are, 8:29. This is a storm in Tarrant County. Here in North Fort Worth in the Keller area, we have a confirmed at least 2-inch hail with this. And now it's kind of slowly zoom it back out, kind of give you an idea of where the whole metro is, and maybe the Max computer can breathe a little bit. Again, we got a lot going on. We usually don't try to get 2 metro areas happening at the same time. So got that. That's what we're seeing with this storm. It's going to continue moving off to northeast. There's obviously a boundary here that it's going to ride as we go into probably northern Dallas County, southern Denton County, and then into Collin County. So places like Plano. Oh, I think we just got another report. All right, whoop. Go right back in there and check this out. And we got an update to the tornado warning, so we'll query that before we go into. Nope, that was the same. That was the same one. A new one. Okay, so now we have a ping pong ball report near intersection of 287 and Harmon Road. Okay, all right. So if we're not getting the really big hail reports coming in, that's leading me to think that we might not be seeing tennis balls, but probably a ton of hail since the CCs are so low with this, with the big time hail. So probably large quantities of hail up to a golf ball, a 2-inch. Okay, so a tornado warning just updated. So Colleyville, Grapevine, Keller, South Lake, and that's till 9, so for the next half hour. And I believe it is not confirmed.
No, it's still not.
Still not confirmed. Okay, so we're going to take a break from this for just a minute, and we're going to go down to San Antonio now, where this storm, okay, now we're getting hail reports in. Let's jump in right away on this storm. Still tornado warned. What do we got for these hail reports coming in here? Okay, we're going to start with this one in the south. That's 1-inch hail at the Lackland Air Force Base. We got, what's this here? Okay, 1-inch hail at SeaWorld. Okay, so we're getting a lot of quarter reports coming in with this, all right? And then ping pong ball size hail at the Lackland Air Force Base as well. Okay, so the hail must have gotten a little bigger based on the timeline of that. And that was a golf ball report at Castroville. Okay, so let's do. Okay, I'm not seeing as high of the reflectivity values as before. Let's switch the whole thing over to CCs. Okay, so we might not be getting as much hail. Maybe there isn't as much hail coming out of this now.
People are reporting dimes now.
Reporting
On
dime?
average.
Okay, so it might have, we might be weakening a little bit here in the San Antonio area. at least on the hail side of things. Let's switch the whole thing over to velocity. Okay, it might actually just be starting to weaken a little bit. I think the tornadic signature is nowhere near what it was a few minutes ago, which is good. We don't want to see any tornadoes going through San Antonio. And then just switch back to reflectivity. So again, we were just in the DFW Metroplex where you saw the really high reflectivity, you know, the pink showing up. You're not seeing that here in San Antonio. So I think this is a high precipitation, so it's a ton of rain storm here with the hail mixing in with it. And I think what that hail might be a little bit smaller, again, probably up to that. We have confirmed up to ping pong ball size hail. Again, I would not be shocked. We had up to 2-inch hail somewhere north of I-90 and to the west of 410 in San Antonio. And it looks like it's just like another storm down to the south of it here. So it might be two storms fighting each other. Yeah, so that's probably what's happening with this. But again, we're here, we're in San Antonio. We gotta be very cautious of what's happening with this. I don't think we're seeing any softballs or anything in this right now. It was dropping some gigantic hail a little while ago, but I think as we're moving to San Antonio, this thing it doesn't have the same kind of ferocity it had a little while ago. Yeah, it looks like it's a bunch of different inflows trying to fight each other here. So how about the storm moving into OKC? I don't know. We haven't looked at that. So we'll have to check in on that in a minute as well. So this is what we're seeing here in San Antonio. Let's zoom it out just a little bit. Okay, okay, we still got storms back off to the west too, so San Antonio might not be done after this one. So we'll be keeping a close eye on this. Is that another report that just popped up right here? Let's find out, yeah. Oh, no, that was the SeaWorld one. It might have been this one then. Oh, no, that was it's between the two, I think. Oh, wait, what the heck? We got two from SeaWorld? All right, okay. All right, let's go back up to Fort Worth. Okay, yeah, let's check in on this storm first, and then we will check in on OKC, especially because that's where we are, so we want to make sure. All right, we just got another report that came in along with our indicator of what the hail we got. Golf ball size hail report so that NWS employee originally reported quarters, now reporting golf balls here, and oh my God, the marker showed 5.2 inches. Are you kidding me, man? Jeez, okay, so this thing's got some real oomph to it. It's not dropping 5-inch, I don't think it's dropping 5-inch hail, but we definitely got here in Keller a real bullseye of that hail. Yeah, very obvious. So you saw that if you just move the CC scope just out of the way real quick. So you see that high reflectivity, right? You see the pink showing up here, and we just move the CC scope back over, and notice how you have the greens and the blues really bottoming out. Let's zoom right in. It's right along Highway 377 here in Keller. That is where your bullseye for your hail is going to be, along Johnson Road and 377 up to Mount Gilead Road, Park Vista Boulevard. That is where you're going to probably get a ton of hail falling. There's that golf ball size, maybe even larger than that. But we haven't seen anything bigger than 2-inch reports coming in thus far, unless Andrea checks in on GR Earth or gets someone from the team. I'd probably make sure the team isn't messaging me anything crazy. Anything crazy?
Looks like
Shout out to Andrea over there in our producer desk. She is manning about 5,000 different things and trying to keep up with my meandering thoughts.
it looks
So,
like a lot of
it's
ping
good.
pong balls and golf balls right now.
Okay, high quantities of ping pong golf ball size hail. That makes sense from what we're seeing here. So that ping pong golf ball 2-inch hail with this in the Keller area. Let's zoom it out a little bit. Sense in the Pennsylvania. 5-inch hail, hot damn. Yeah, I don't think we have baseball size in Keller, says Jeff Connors. Okay, I mean, I would not rule out baseballs in this. I just don't want to make that call before we get confirmation. It's a little hard for me when I don't have the live aspect of it. I'm here on the green screen, and I'm pretty much just seeing I'm saying what I'm seeing here on the radar. And we just got another radar update. Man, look at that. Let's remove CC scope real quick. Okay, yeah, okay. We probably did just get some big time hail fall out of this here on the east side, east of 377 and Keller. I bet we probably just got quite a bit of big hail out of there. That probably had up to tennis balls for sure. Notice how, so let's roll the just reflectivity back just a tiny bit. All right, and now push it forward. You'll notice here, right there, notice how I had a little dip? That's hail falling out with this storm. Now, oh, look at that, we actually got a little hail marker on there. Look at that, man, I haven't seen that in a while. It's showing 4.6. So obviously a ton of lift with this thing. These storms are huge, very tall. So you're gonna get these insane algorithm markers with this. There's a ton of hail in here. And again, I don't think we're seeing 4.6 inch hail, but probably seeing, again, possibly up close to that tennis ball and baseball size hail. Let's query the tornado warning once more. Make sure that it hasn't updated with new sizes or anything. Nope, okay, that's still the same. What about severe thunderstorm warning below it? Okay, so there isn't anything crazy out of that. So, can you put a tracker on for this for those in Dallas and east of there? All right, yeah, let's zoom it out a little bit. Before we go over to see what's going on in Oklahoma, let's track this thing. So it's going what, east at 30 you said?
East at 25.
East at 25, all right, so it's taking its sweet time. So in the next 45 minutes, we should be at I-35 east. All right, so in 45 minutes, so at 9:21, you're going to be at Coppell and Gribble, which is Carrollton. So you're going to be in Carrollton at 9:21, right along I-35 East. You're going to be at Grapevine at 8:57. It's 8:38 right now if you're watching this. I know there's a tiny bit of a delay here on Facebook. And then 8:57, Grapevine, that's probably going to be pretty much right over DFW International or just to the north. And then 9:06 in Coppell. So we're going to take a break from this and we're going to go somewhere different. I think there should be an OKC palette somewhere. Let's jump over. I have the radar loaded, okay, hello. All right, so Metro. We're here in Edmond, so we're fine. Let's go down here. I bet Derek's on this storm. He took off from the office. What do we got here for this happening in Tuttle here in Oklahoma? Golf balls. Okay, we got golf ball size hail in Bridge Creek. Where's this moving? What's going on here? We're finding this out real time. What's happening? Okay, warning for golf ball size hail. Blanchard, Moore, Newcastle, Norman. Wind speeds of 70, hail up to 1.75 inches. What are we moving at? What speed and what direction?
Looks like we're moving east at 30 on this one.
East at 30, let's go ahead, let's just bring it probably right to OU. Yeah, it's gonna be Norman 909. Yeah, so that would pretty much bring it right into OU's campus. University of Oklahoma is pretty much like dead center in Norman, so it's pretty easy to indicate where it is. Shout out to Andrea, alumni.
Boomer.
Boomer Center, yep. All right, so let's check out the CCs with this. I'm assuming it's gonna be pretty good here. Okay, let's just do full CCs. Okay, yep, right there. There's your big time hail. That makes sense why we got that golf ball report. Let's zoom in. Oh wait, I don't have the roads loaded. Dang it. I wasn't expecting Oklahoma City, guys, so I didn't preload the roads for you. So it's pretty much right along I-44. It's going to go across 277 and then eventually pretty much dead center in Norman with this. So upwards of golf ball size hail with this right now. And we're moving basically due east. I can't confirm, but I think Derek's probably chasing this right now. So if you follow his KOCO chasing page, or you are in Oklahoma City and you can go ahead and watch KOCO, you might see Derek chasing this thing. So we got the double, we're getting some rotation. Let's bring up velocities on this, excuse me. Oh, that's messy, but okay. We could, we'll have to keep an eye, make sure there's nothing tornadic on that. But yeah, we're definitely getting some hail. This will be moving to Cleveland County again, next like 20 minutes or so. So yeah, here we go. We might have a 3-for-1 special here. Not double trouble, it might be triple trouble. So let's zoom it back out to just the OKC Metro. Only game in town. All right, so yeah, this is gonna keep chugging along. We'll see if it makes it to Norman, but we're gonna take a break from it now. It is not in population at the moment, but again, by 9 o'clock it will be. So we'll check in a little while. Let's go back down to Dallas. Getting reports of windows busted in DFW. Thanks, Wes. Well, we're here now, so we're gonna jump right in. Again, thank you guys. You know, if you haven't noticed, we're jumping all over the place right now. There's a lot of activity. So if you see stuff, you're hearing things, put it in the chat. Let me know. I can see most of these coming down hard at SeaWorld area again. Thank you. Okay. So let's see what this is reporting here in Keller. This, oh, no, not the report. Sorry, my bad. But the little hail icon. Still 4.6, okay. All right, so we're getting reports of windows busted. So let's check out yep, all right. So here we are. Let's zoom right into this, just south of Trophy Club here. This is in northeastern sections of Keller. All right, so right along North Pearson Lane, Johnson Road, west side San Antonio has tornado warning from Castroville towards things. Okay, when is it over? You gotta tell me where you're at, buddy. I know, I'll let you know when it's over depending on which city you're in. If you are in like Saginaw, it's over for you guys. But okay, East State Highway 114, you're getting that hail. Again, I haven't had a confirmation on that size beyond 2 inches. Tennis balls are, I'd say, likely in this right now. Again, I keep kind of checking in on my phone real quick to make sure nothing's going on. Okay, Frank sent me a picture. He didn't tell me where, but there's a picture. It's with he's got a pretty big lemon. Okay. Okay, all right, so how big? Probably, it looks like here, again, I think we probably have, okay, confirmed tennis balls in Keller. Yeah, tennis ball size hail here in Keller, definitely with this right now across San Antonio. Depending on where you are in San Antonio, if you're in the western sides of Bexar County, chances are it's gonna be coming down by 9 p.m. If not, then yeah, it's gonna be a while. So
Just got a baseball report in it.
for where?
This is it's on Spotter Network, 2 miles west-southwest of Keller.
Okay, was your mic on, or could they not hear you on that?
My mic is on now.
Okay, all right, so we just got a confirmed baseball report with this. So I think we're making a 5-star map. So I think it's pretty solid. I think you're gonna see Derek on the video tomorrow, guys. You're probably getting sick of me, right? So you wanna see Derek on here with his green suit that doesn't work on a green screen anymore. So, okay, so we got baseball size hail for sure confirmed on here, which means this is where your baseballs are going to be at. Let's zoom this out a little bit. Let's remove the CC scope. I can tell you pretty much just visually, this is where your baseballs are going to be here in eastern Keller, and that's moving pretty much what? Due east, you said about 25, 30, 25, 30? Okay, tornado warning's been dropped as well, guys. So, severe thunderstorm warning. This will be updated. They haven't updated this yet. The baseball report just came in on Spotter Network, so that's a storm spotter. Pick this thing up.
Moving due east to 25.
Due east 25, so.
Oh, wow.
Did you not quite get there?
I got it.
All right, 25, there we go. So again, Carrollton at 923, Koppel at 906. If you bring up the points of interest thing, I think we got to find DFW International. It's over here. Okay, it's one of the pallets. You see like the highway signs. There's cities, highways, and points of interest. In the pallets, up top. Yep. Found it? Perfect, all right. Should be like right over where my hand's at. Generally where, if you just kind of hover over it, it'll eventually say, you'll say like terminals and stuff. It should get very close to the airport. It might go just north of the airport, if I'm not mistaken. That's all right. Let's abandon ship on that. We got so this storm, again, we're probably having close, again, confirmed baseball size hail with this in Keller. Let's just switch this whole thing over to CCs real fast. Okay, that's where you're gonna have your biggest hail. Let's roll it back a little bit. Tornado warning in DFW has been canceled. So this is where your baseballs were likely at. So you notice how the greens were really deep here. Forward, go forward again. again, right there. Look at that. That's definitely some, that's where a lot of your baseballs were at. Keep pushing forward to now. And probably not, yeah, the hail probably got a little bit smaller there. So again, we're probably, again, over 2-inch hail with this here in northeastern sections of Keller. 183 and 360 gets it close to the airport. Okay. All right, let's switch back to the reflectivity and query. Try to query the little mezzo real fast. Boop. All right, still showing 3.5-inch Titan impact. This thing's garbage. All right, 3.5 inch. So yeah, probably again upwards that tennis ball size hail. And let's, yeah, so in DFW, tornado threats over on this. The tornado warning has been dropped, not reissued. Let's zoom out a little bit. And I think we got a new severe thunderstorm warning here for Denton County, it looks like. Yeah, we do, for Denton County. Let's query this. Still just for golf balls. So Flower Mound, Louisville, Little Elm, the Colony for golf ball size hail. But again, we've had confirmed baseballs with this thing. It's not looking as good as it did a moment ago, but we'll check back in on it a little bit. Let's go down to San Antonio now. Pretty much gonna work north to south, I guess, and then go back. Okay, we got some new reports coming in here. Storm's no longer tornado warned in San Antonio, thankfully, so that's good. And it looks like it's also lifted to the north a little bit. So as it lifts to the north, that to me says it's not as strong as it was. So you don't have a tornado warning and you have a storm now. Instead of going on the south side of San Antonio, it's now moving towards the northern sections of San Antonio. So let's jump over here. We got a whole bunch of, any new reports, or are these all old reports?
I think these couple on the bottom are new.
No, that one's old, from 35, from 23, 22, 817, and 827. Let's go over to just all CCs. Okay. All right, yeah, so there's definitely way less hail in this now. I think probably just some quarters here over by Castle Hills and Heliotes. So just north of 410. So I think it looks like we're probably seeing, again, maybe some quarters. Let's query this mezzo here, see what we're getting for possible hail size. Nope, that was a Titan one, dang. 2.6, okay, so it's still got potential here. But I think it's a very high precipitation storm. So there's a lot of rain in there, which means that hail might be melting a little bit. So let's jump back over to just reflectivity on this. Dang. Okay, let's bring up velocities actually, because notice you got the little hook in here. So we Gucci. Everyone in San Antonio, including me, I pray. Hopefully, I think you guys, this is looking way less intense than it did a while ago. I think Dallas, Fort Worth, and possibly Norman are going to kind of eclipse this storm a little bit here in a little bit. So back to reflectivity. I'm not seeing anything that would be worthy of a tornado, and this thing is probably dropping maybe some quarter-size hail. So we're going to kind of work back north. I don't want to go all the way to Oklahoma. We might break the system, so let's go back to Dallas, and then after that, we'll go over to OKC. Let's zoom back in here. Again, the only game in town across Dallas-Fort Worth is in the North Tarrant County. Okay, oh, there we go. That's where the zoom in goes. Okay, we got an updated this. Let's check this out. Check out what the little hail indicator is showing, 3.8, still showing something ridiculous. So east at 21 though. Oh, we just got a report here in Trophy Club. Let's check that out here at 8:50. Golf ball size hail reported in Trophy Club. And like we said, it looked like, what about the cell west of San Antonio dropping tennis balls? It is possible, but it's not in San Antonio right now. So we're trying to sparse it all out for you guys. So we got a bunch of different storms happening at the same time. So we want to make sure we kind of cover everybody. So now let's do CCs for everybody. This is probably where your main hail is. Yep, it's pretty limited here in Trophy Club, but notice how it's, dang, it just like half updated. Okay, let's go back to, okay, never mind. There we go. So this is where you're at in Flower Mound. Go over to CCs once more. And we're gonna zoom in right here. This is where your hail is gonna be up to that golf ball size hail. I do not think it's dropping baseballs right now. Right along Orchard Drive and Flower Mound. Texas, that is where you're getting that golf ball size hail, probably large quantities of that hail up to golf ball to maybe 2-inch size with that, and that's moving again east. Seems like it's moving a little bit more northeast now. Instead of going into the airport, we're going into Denton County, which means we're moving a little more northeast, probably riding that boundary that pretty much kicked this whole thing off to go crazy with that baseball size hail in Keller. So let's go back to reflectivity, zoom it back out a little bit. Let's zoom it out far enough where I can kind of get a gauge of where the storm's been moving. Let's try to roll it back like to about 8:30. Okay, and now let's just bring it forward all the way. Yeah, it's lifting northeast. Yeah, so it's gonna be going, let's zoom it out so we can get where it's going. It's gonna be heading northeast about 21 miles an hour, it said. So it's gonna be going 25, northeast at 25. So it should bring us into Louisville. Yeah, Highlands Village, Lake Dallas, Lakewood Village, Little Elm, and then Frisco at 9:37. So it's going more towards Louisville and Frisco now, and that's going to keep moving northeast. We'll see how strong it is. It doesn't look as healthy as it did a little while ago when it had that baseball size hail, but we'll just kind of see where it goes. This is all pretty much untouched area here, so this atmosphere is still very primed. It'll be crossing I-35 East in a little bit. So now we've covered that, we're going to go back to Oklahoma. Let's check in on what's happening over by Norman. Okay, all right, it's almost in Norman now. Okay, we've crossed over the river here. Okay, destroying our house, oh dang, Drew, holy cow, all windows are breaking live in Norman. Drew, let me know how big it is. Drew Howland, Merlin Law Group, hey, sponsor, check that out, check them out, description below, go check them out. He's getting it live. Let's see what's happening with this. Whoop, that's thunder, oh, geez, 75, holy cow, wind-driven hail, guys. Okay, so golf ball size hail in Bridge Creek, baseball size hail in Blanchard. Okay, we're in Norman now. Here's I-35. Okay, it's on I-35. Let's do CCs. Man, we might make a bunch of 5-star maps today, guys. No, screw it. Just screw the scope. We're doing just the whole thing. All right, there we go. Baseball size hail right in here. I don't have the roads loaded. So, do you bring up Google Maps on the thing? The computer, on the computer that has our stream running, so I can give some roads here. Okay, so we have an intense storm here with this in Norman, western Norman, west of I-35 in Norman. Can you also take the severe hail off of here? Markers showing 3.6-inch hail. We're getting baseballs here across the area with this. We got a new warning coming in as well. Just query that and just leave it on the screen for a second while you bring up Google Maps. Robinson, Maine, and 35 here in Norman. We're going, what, basically due east?
Yep, and that's right where OU is.
All right, we're going to go over OU's campus here. Texas A&M, you guys got blasted by a 5-star map, what was that, a couple weeks ago? It's all blurred to me. But it looks like we're gonna be blasting University of Oklahoma very soon. If you're watching this, Alosha, you need to get away from your windows. That's my future sister-in-law, and you need to get away from your windows in your house. Tell Alosha to get her crap away from the windows of her house. Okay, if you're in Norman, windows are gonna break. This is wind-driven hail, guys. Let's jump back over to reflectivity. It's gonna be clear as day. Hail. This is all hail here in Norman. We're gonna cross I-35. We're going what, east, right?
Yes.
All right, so points of interest. We can still bring up points of interest. Find OU. And just plot it on the map. Because if you're in Oklahoma, you live in Norman, you know exactly where that campus is.
Why it shows it as Westheimer, but whatever. There you go.
There you go. There's your OU's campus. University of Oklahoma, Westheimer. What the hell? All right, whatever, man. So here we go. This is, holy hell, we just got destroyed. All my windows are busted. Yeah, this is no joke, guys. Wind-driven hail. Bring up velocities with this. So you're getting that baseball size hail with this, right? With very intense winds pushing through. So let's jump back right over to just that reflectivity. Let's roll the radar back since we've been talking about Dallas a little bit here. I hope Derek's on this. God, I hope Derek's on this. Like, all right, yeah, okay, this thing's a monster, guys. Bring it toward, we are very close to the University of Oklahoma here. 8:56. OU, imminent. By 9 o'clock, we're gonna be on campus with this, okay? On campus. I do not have the roads loaded for Cleveland County because you get different we call them earth designs, basically what you get the roads for. We brought it up for Dallas and San Antonio. Didn't expect this. So I try really hard to get you guys ready, but sometimes it's a surprise. Let's bring up the new thing here. And while you do that, I'm bringing up...
I'm watching the meteorology chat to make sure there's no pictures.
Okay. I'm bringing up MPing on Norman.
There haven't been...
We're getting golf balls. Okay, so good rule of thumb with MPing reports, you get a golf ball report in, you're probably getting baseballs. So, all right, we got a 3.6-inch mark in it. Yeah, big time. That's fine. New warning here. Let's bring up the new warning here in Cleveland County. It's gonna pretty much, we're gonna go right to the radar. Yeah, it's one for that tennis ball size hail and 70 mile per hour. It's wind-driven tennis ball size hail. That's gonna break windows and that's going to do a lot of damage, okay? This storm might be trying to, usually we get big time storms in Dallas and Oklahoma City always is in the shadow. This one might overrule it here. Got a report right now. Okay, well let's do what's going on. 45 miles an hour. Yeah, that makes sense. It's gonna be hauling. Yeah, this thing's hauling, guys. It's gonna be racing across Norman, but the majority of it here, let's see what this report's at. Okay, we're getting reports like crazy now. Okay. All right, yeah, these are all the MPing reports coming in. All right, let's zoom in here. All right, so here's Porter, right? I-35, University of Oklahoma. CCs? There you go. All right, yeah, if you guys have Snapchat, your Snap story is about to go freaking ballistic here as we're hitting OU's campus. Yeah, OU's getting wrecked right now. Yeah, all right. So yeah, we're getting upwards of probably baseball-sized hail in the middle of Norman. This thing's a monster. You got hail all the way up and down. Pretty much, if you are north of OU's campus, you're getting hail with this thing. Again, we got Drew Houghton, yeah, Merlin Law Group, good friend of ours. Unfortunately, he's probably going to have to file a claim for his own house. With some big time hail blowing windows out of his house. Wind driven, wind up to 70 miles an hour with this. You're throwing baseballs at that. This is gonna do a ton of damage. You guys remember, if you're in Oklahoma and you've been here a while, you remember the 2010 storm, similar to that, but in Norman. We got another report that came in here off to the west. Let's zoom it out a little bit so you can see that report here in the southwestern Norman. Okay, estimated 2 to 3 inch hail. Yep, yeah, again, baseballs, guys. We're getting baseballs here in Norman, Oklahoma. We have baseballs in Keller, Texas. Looks like San Antonio might be the one that's not as intense. This one, good Lord, man, this is crazy. This is probably the biggest storm moving through Norman since I've been working at Hill Trace, so.
It makes straight just north of OU Stadium. I said it made straight just north of OU Stadium.
All right, so we just got a radar update here. It's probably on campus right now. No tornado warning, I don't think, so. Watching from Ohio, all right. Hey, from Ohio, yeah, I'll get that right there. Dang. It's gonna cross 77 here. Was that Flood Ave? Route 77?
12, and, it's crossing 12th and Robinson.
Okay, that's like right by it. We're like right by campus, right?
It's just north of campus.
Just barely north of campus?
Barely north of campus.
Okay, all right.
The main part of campus.
The main part of campus? Okay, so we're very, very close to OU's campus here, just to the north. So we're, oh God, what's north of there? Was it Robinson? Duh.
There's like the Sooner Mall.
Sooner Mall, yeah, restaurants, all that stuff, yeah. Yeah, a lot of folks getting hit with this right now. Wind-driven, baseball-sized hail with this racing across Norman, Oklahoma. All right, let's jump back to...
Lighting up like a Christmas tree.
What?
And things lighting up like
Yeah, that's when you know it's crazy. Also, you probably have the highest concentration of weather nerds in the whole country here. University of Oklahoma, big time weather school, and they all live there.
We have a 2-inch report in the northern side of Norman.
Okay.
And then a lot of golf balls and ping pong balls.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. We're getting, yeah, so we are racing to these. Again, this is all big hail, the biggest hail here, again, just north, apparently, of OU's campus. We don't have local roads loaded up on this. Oh no, radar's jacking up, and we're moving east fairly quickly here. That'll update in a moment. Once we get past Hall Park, it's going to start getting a little more rural. It's also going to get very close to the radar, so it's going to be kind of a pain in the butt to see it very well. We should get the sweep here to finish the radar update. There we go. All right, we're now just east of 77. Let's bring up CCs again. Yeah, no, okay, this thing's just dumping big time hail. Pretty easy. Greens and blues, get big time hail. Again, upwards of that baseball size hail. We might be making 2 5-star maps tonight, guys. Derek might just, what do we do if we do that? I don't think we've had that before. All right. Okay, guys, we're going to go back to reflectivity, and we're going to jump down now to Dallas-Fort Worth. So that's what we had in Norman. We're going to jump it. Don't worry, we'll go back to it. We'll go back to it pretty soon here. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's jump right in. It looks like we're right by I-35 East here. This is in Denton County. Storm's looking a little weaker. Okay, let's jump on, what's this? What's the marker telling us here? Oh, never mind. Whatever, what do I know? So, all right, we're here in Louisville. Let's go switch over to CCs entirely. Oh, okay, yeah, there's your big hail here in Louisville. Who's going to win? Who's going to get the biggest storm? Who's the $1 billion storm tonight, huh? Put it in the comments. What do you think the $1 billion storm is going to be? Is it going to be, it's going to be in Texas? It's going to be in Oklahoma? It's going to be San Antonio? What's it going to be? We're going to find out. All right, zoom in here in Denton County, 35 East. We're just west of 35 East. This is where your big hail is that Andrea just circled here. We got Kirkpatrick Lane, and then, what's this road? Route 121. That's where your hail is going to be. Likely 2-inch hail, probably, something like that. Maybe a little bit bigger. The marker's gigantic, but doesn't look as crazy on radar. So probably the golf ball 2-inch hail with this here moving off to the north and to the east. All right, Tim, yeah, we'll be going, we're going back and forth. We have a storm in Norman, we have a storm here in Louisville, Texas, and then we're gonna go down to San Antonio in just a moment here, and we're gonna be going all over the place with this. So, all right, zoom out just a tiny bit. Again, where you're seeing the pink showing up, that's where your biggest hail is gonna be here on I-35 East. Zoom out a little bit and we'll kind of update everyone on the timeline with this. Again, moving northeast about 25. So that's going to bring us into Frisco, I'm assuming by about 9:30. Oh, look at that, 9:34. Frisco at 9:34, Hackberry in the next 15 minutes, and Prosper at 9:45. Again, this is probably dropping some 2-inch hail with this, moving off to the north and to the east. So Frisco, McKinney eventually after that. That's what we're seeing here. Let's go now down to San Antonio. Yes. Or just going up and down I-35 with this. All right, so what's this report here that came in?
Which one?
The furthest north one. Quarters, okay. We got one back here as well. Where are my fingers at? Quarters. Oh, wait, that was earlier. God, golly, SeaWorld got hit all a ton. So this storm, or it's just straight up CCs. Yeah, so this storm that's in Hollywood Park, North San Antonio, probably not too much hail right now. However, as you guys have been mentioning in the comments, thankfully, off to the west here, we have another storm off to the west of Hondo. So let's switch back to reflectivity, and we're just going to kind of move. So not this one down here. That's what we're seeing is the next potential big storm. So let's just kind of move the radar off down to the south and west a bit. Over by, okay, yeah, look at the hail spike on this. So yeah, there's big time hail in this. So let's go do CCs on this guy. Okay, all right, so let's do the warning for this one so we can find out where it's heading. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, it's not dropping golf balls, it's dropping bigger hail. So,
East at 45.
east?
East at
Okay, east at 45, let's do,
Is that a hail spike?
oh yeah, no, it's a gigantic hail spike. Yeah, that's a huge hail spike. So when it spikes like this, that means you're getting big time hail. So, all right, we're going east, right? So east at 45 miles an hour should bring us next 45 minutes. It'll be over by Divine. So it'll be heading towards the southern sections of the San Antonio Metro unless it turns north. We'll see. We got some time with this. I think the storm in San Antonio itself is just dropping some quarters, which is small potatoes to the other storms that are happening right now. And oh my God, look at that.
Also, Frank has photos in the drive whenever you're ready.
Okay, he's got photos in the drive? All right, well, we still got a lot ongoing here. So we'll jump over to that in a minute. We will show you guys pictures in a little bit here. We're just trying to keep the coverage rolling. Let's jump back over to just north up I-35. Let's get to the Dallas. Yes. There we go. All right, here we are in Oklahoma, here in Norman. Let's go ahead. Is LOSHA stuff okay? Okay, good. Yeah, I think it went north of her. All right, let's check out. We got a bunch of reports coming in. They're coming in like wildfire here. We've got golf ball here in Norman, golf ball in Norman, ping pong ball in Norman, and then the tennis ball. It's a baseball size hail. All right.
Almost 3 inch.
Okay, yeah, I believe that. So storm, right now, it's just kind of giving you an idea. So here's the radar. I think what was this, Lake Thunderbird? Radar's close to Lake Thunderbird? Yeah, so we're pretty much over Lake Thunderbird right now. And it's gonna look kind of trashy because it's right next to the radar. And I don't know what you say, the dirty lake or whatever, Dirty Bird? Lake Dirty Bird, there we go. Yeah, all right, so with that, we're gonna switch over to some photos for a minute. So let's see if Andrew can get this. If not, I'm going to jump off the screen here and make sure we get it to work. Okay. You shouldn't break it. It should be fine.
We'll see.
Okay. So pretty much you just got to drag it over to the thing. Yeah. So again, we're getting flooded with pictures all over the place. So we're going to kind of go over some of them. I might just have Andrea take over that for a minute here. Well, whichever, yeah. So you have it on camera 3? Yeah. Okay, so now you're gonna do the preview for whichever camera it's going to, right? Okay, so okay, hang on, I'm just gonna go off the screen and help you out here. So we have, yeah, it's on camera 3, so just, okay. So now bring up the pictures here. So we're bringing up some pictures. I'm not on the screen now. Okay, so where's this one at? Okay.
That was from an earlier storm.
Okay.
From Harmon and 287
In
in Hazlitt.
Hazlitt, okay.
This is North Beach Street and Heritage Trace Parkway. Let's see. Timberland and Spotted Owl Drive in Keller.
Keller.
Oh, there you go. That's Keller High School.
Keller, next to Keller High School. All right, that's man, look at that. That's like that's close to baseball size hail. That's definitely baseball size hail in that palm of the hand there. Okay.
All right, and then we've got this in Keller, Texas.
Keller, that's a big bowl of big time hail.
Keller off of Pearson, north of 1709.
Dang.
Oh,
Dang, where's
Keller, Texas.
and Keller? All right, so looks like we're getting a lot of pictures from Keller here, and then yeah, so that's some big time hail. We'll definitely get pictures in from Norman very soon. We just haven't had a chance to do that too much yet. But it looks like the majority the majority of population in Norman has since no longer has any hail possible with it. Though Shawnee will be next in line. So let's go ahead and kind of query, when is it going to get to Shawnee here? East at 40, still warned for tennis balls and 70-mile-per-hour winds. We're about to see some probably crazy stuff come out of Norman, by the way. with the... All right, so we're gonna get the Shawnee at 941. So Bethel Acres 933, pink, okay, at 925, and then Earlsboro at 952. So again, Shawnee, you're next in line for this thing. I think it's still probably dropping some pretty big hail. And that's at 941. So we got a wind report that came in here in Norman. Want to check, query that? Again, guys, probably gotta like tag Andrea in this chat or something for 69-mile-per-hour wind gust here in Cleveland. So, in Cleveland, in Norman, in Cleveland County. So again, 70-mile-per-hour wind-driven hail. So even if it's just golf balls, 70-mile-per-hour wind, that's going to blow through windows. And then with that, confirmed that we had up to baseball-size hail with that in Norman. That's going to be an intense storm here. So, Flower Mound got lit. All right, so with that, it's a good time to go over to Dallas-Fort Worth, where Flower Mound's located. And we're going to check in on what's happening here. All right, we got some more reports coming in. This storm still chugging along here across. We are now in Denton County. We got an updated warning. We'll check in on that warning right now. So just zoom in real quick. Yeah, this storm's still looking classic as ever. And we'll go ahead and around there. That warning is warned for ping pong ball size hail at the moment. Highland Village, Louisville, Little Elm, and the Colony all in the warning at the moment. And let's see what we got here for this report in Louisville. Okay, quarters and 40-knot winds. 40 knot, all right, yeah, so that's, what's 40-knot winds? That's like, what, 55 miles an hour?
Sure.
Okay. About 50, 55-mile-an-hour winds with quarters, and then this report back here as well. Whoops. Ping pong ball size hail, one north of downtown Flower Mound. And then I think we move off to the west a little bit too. I see another report that came in over by Trophy Club.
Just put pictures in the chat and the all hail trace chat from Norman.
Okay, are they crazy? All right, let me.
Oh, window's broken in.
Oh lordy. Okay, so here. This is there's your Norman picture right there at was that Robinson and 36th or something?
Yes.
Yeah, Robinson and 36th. So we're getting a lot of pictures of me coming in all over the place. So we're going to be pretty busy here at the Hail Palace tonight. So that's why I had an energy drink on the drive over here. I had a feeling I was going to need that energy drink. And again, I think Derek might be on one of these storms as well. So I'd say, is there another round of storms coming for DFW later? Question I had asked. Let's zoom it out to DFW in general. Probably not, I think. Let's zoom it out a little further. Get more than a couple counties. Like there are storms back here, right? But I do not think these are gonna make it to DFW with the same ferocity as the one that hit Keller. Looks like Keller might be the bullseye on this with that baseball-size hail. All right, let's zoom back in on what's happening at the moment here in the Flower Mound, Louisville area. We can bring up the CCs. There's your core right where my finger's at. Whoop, oh, I guess the radar updated. So, yeah, radar updated literally as we did that. So there's your hail core here in the Colony now. Let's zoom in. And how's the hail core right now in DFW? Hail core is not looking as intense, Wes. It's looking it's pretty small here across the Colony. If we zoom in pretty far, I can tell you where we're at. Probably looking at that $quarter to $half size hail along Strathmill, and probably closing in on Main Street here in the Colony. And that must be over the lake. Yeah, it's over Lake Dallas right now. That's why. So it's hailing over the lake, so probably some lake houses here on Strathmill. $quarter to $half size hail, I'm guessing, is what we're seeing with this right now. We'll jump back over to reflectivity. And we can, notice how the reflectivity, you're not seeing that like intense pink that we saw earlier. It's just a darker red. So it's not as much hail and probably not as large either. We can zoom it out a tiny bit. I'm assuming the hail algorithm is probably going to say some ridiculous number because it's been doing that this whole storm here. 2.8. Okay, it's come back down a little bit, but I do not think it's dropping tennis ball, baseball size hail. I think it's dropping quarter, half dollar, maybe a ping pong ball or two, but it's looking a lot less intense than it was before. Maybe do the Echo Top scope.
I got a picture from the OU airport with busted out windows.
OU airport's got busted out windows, all right.
So reports a 3.25 inch out there now.
At 3.2 out of Norman? Out of Norman, 3.25. They might win for biggest hail tonight. All right, this storm's still super tall, so never mind. So when asked pretty much over, the way it looks on radar right now, I don't think it's gonna do anything crazy. However, it's in an environment that is very favorable and is still looking fairly healthy on everything except for the radar reflectivity right now. If we do the ISO reflectivity, the 3D thing, it's on the one of the bottom ones. Ooh, look at that! All right, we gotta tilt the camera though. Okay, so you go over to properties. There you go, got it. So if we zoom it out a little bit, this storm is so tall that we have to zoom way out to get to the top of it. So that's why I'm not ruling this thing out. This is a big, big tall storm. It's because we are, that's a big tall storm. So even though it's dropping quarter, half dollar size hail probably right now, I wouldn't rule anything out as it's moving towards Frisco. I would not write this thing off yet. There is still quite a lot of storm to work with. It just got taller while we were talking. So yeah, very large storm. You can probably see that, what time is it? Oh, it's dark, so never mind. I would say you could probably see this thing for forever away, probably from like Abilene, but you know, it's dark. So yeah, there's still quite a bit to work with. Let's just go back to normal radar, and we'll probably have to tilt the Earth back to just, there we go. All right, so, but right now, nothing too wild. We'll see what comes of this as it moves into Collin County in a little bit. Let's go down now to San Antonio, and okay, the storm here, still this storm that's in San Antonio and Hollywood Park doesn't look like it's doing anything too significant now. Let's query the warning in it. I bet it's only warned for quarter size hail. Yes, quarter size hail. Okay, any tornado warnings? We have sirens in Prosper and sirens in Allen. Why are sirens going off in Allen? That's weird. There's no tornado warning in effect in DFW right now. So, weird. So, yeah, storm in San Antonio, shadow of its former self in terms of hail. However, this storm south of Hondo, that's what we're watching next for possibly southern sections of San Antonio. This thing's got a big old hail spike. So, what this is basically the radar is hitting all of that hail and it's causing refraction, kind of like what you see in the cover of the Dark Side of the Moon album, you know? It's basically doing that against the hail. So it's causing the reflectivity to really shoot out, and that is a good indicator of big time hail and a ton of it. So this thing is a monster over here. You got very clear inflow with it, very low CCs with that. All the big things to say this is probably dropping some baseballs, and that is heading generally towards the southern sections of San Antonio. So San Antonio, I don't think is done. The sirens are going off to warn people of hail. That does make sense. I mean, Lord knows you guys in the Allen, Frisco, Plano area, you know everything about major hail. I don't know. I don't think I can count on two hands anymore the amount of times you guys have had big time hail since I've been working at Hill Trace. So, so San Antonio, you got a little bit of time. This is probably not going to be about for an hour or so before this thing moves towards the south side of San Antonio. And the storm right now isn't doing a whole hell of a lot. I think we had probably golf ball size hail, especially back by Castroville. That's where you guys had probably closer to like that tennis ball size hail, definitely wind driven as well. So go back up to DFW real fast, and then we're going to jump over to, whoop. There we go. It's trying. Okay, we got a new warning out. That's what it was. So that's why your sirens are going off west. Got that new warning. Let's query that warning real fast for Collin County. All right, Allen, I'm still live. Ping pong ball size hail for Allen, Frisco, McKinney, and Prosper here till 10:15, up to that 60 mile per hour winds. So that ping pong ball warning is because it's not visibly showing it's dropping anything crazy right now. Let's zoom in on it a little bit. We did get a radar frame update in the interim period here. Actually, you know what, just check out the marker on Analyst real fast. I don't think this one's updated.
Marker on Analyst is at a little over 1 inch.
Okay, yeah, so it's weakened. So it's definitely weakened right now. We'll see what becomes of this here in a little while. We'll see if it is going to maintain itself or it's going to kind of die off as we go into Collin County. Let's jump back up to Norman now, where this storm is kind of in between people. We're getting out on the other side of the radar now, so we can actually kind of see it a little bit. Let's bring up the CCs. We'll be able to see correlation coefficient very well on here. Well, actually, no, never mind. We're still very, very close to the radar. So we're east of Lake Thunderbird. We're going to be going to pink pretty soon, and then after that, it'll end up probably going the Shawnee-Tecumseh area probably before the top of the hour. I'm curious what this is going to show. We're very close to the radar, so it's probably going to be kind of wonky. 3.2. Very close to the radar, the algorithm gets all jacked up. So started to fire up my car after past my neighborhood. Okay, yeah, so definitely a ton of hail still in here. As we're pulling away from that radar, and we're not so close to the cone of silence where you can't see anything because the radar's picking it up. You know, it comes out of the dome here, and it just kind of goes up in elevation as it gets further away from that radar dome. So when you're very close, you're only picking it up at a couple hundred feet versus a couple thousand like what we were seeing in the Dallas area. That's why you're able to see the storm so well. So now that we're starting to kind of pull away from it, you can see there's still a ton of hail with this thing as it's heading towards generally towards Bethel Acres, Shawnee, and Tecumseh in the next 15 to 20 minutes. So we're going to roll back over to Norman because I know a bunch of reports have been flooding in with this thing. We had that 3.25 inch report and all of that. We're just going to kind of jump all over the place here. So just kind of click around, see what we're getting in the last hour or so. Did we make this a 5-star?
I think
Either of you guys?
it's bumped up. I don't think it's at a 5-star yet. We can put it at 1.
I don't know, it should be, I think somebody said something in the meteorology chat.
Yeah, a lot of pictures are coming in from
Yeah.
OU's campus area of at least golf balls.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah. At least golf balls at OU. And then, all right, let's just kind of click around, see what other reports have come in the area. Maybe just move it off to the west a little bit too. It's 5 stars, so this is already a 5-star. I'm assuming Dallas is 5-star as well. If it isn't, I'm saying it is. So we just made 2 5-stars while we've been on the air here, guys. So a 2-for-1 special, like I said in the title, or double trouble. I don't remember what I said. So it's been a little bit, but we weren't expecting Oklahoma. Not gonna lie, this was a little surprise. Do we know if Derek got on this one? Okay, if we haven't heard from him, he probably has been chasing it then. If Derek's quiet and he's out on a chase, that means he's getting some stuff where he's on KOCO. If you guys are local and you were watching KOCO and you heard Derek's voice, then just let me know. I don't get to watch the local news here. So again, this storm has now passed Norman. We zoom out to just generally OKC. This is it. This is the only storm. So we got a 1 and done here for a 5-star map. And this is going to probably keep chugging along, at least to Shawnee. We'll see how far it actually goes across Oklahoma. I think after we get past Shawnee, honestly, there isn't a whole heck of a lot along I-40 for a while. There's a couple little towns, but there isn't a major metropolitan area. It's going to go well south of Tulsa, and I don't think Tulsa is going to get anything tonight. So again, 5-star map here in Norman and a 5-star map down in Keller as well. It's a good-looking hurricane. All right, whatever talking about there. So I think we can take a break. Are there more pictures in Drive to check out? I know our chat has had a ton of pictures in it, but we're not going to bring that up on our thing. What does a 5-star ranking mean? Okay, so if you're new to Hail Trace, we rank all the hail maps from 1-star to 5-star. 1-star maps are rural, not impacting too much, and then they kind of progressively get higher as you have a more impactful storm. 5-star maps, we tend to do 10 or less a year generally. It's the most impactful storms. It's hitting the most homes, big time hail, confirmed damage, all of that stuff really kind of comes into play for how we determine a 5-star. usually very wind-driven baseball-sized hail through a larger population center like Norman, Oklahoma, which has a little over 100,000 people in it. That seals the deal for a 5-star map. And then the Dallas area, same basic idea. A ton of people are impacted by a very impactful hailstorm, so large damaging hail, strong winds with more than 10,000 homes being impacted by it. That's what will all lead into us saying it's a 5-star map. So if you're watching us and you're just a homeowner, you're not in the restoration industry, it's for our clients in the restoration industry. And for those of you watching us who watched us in the past, that means that, you know, Derek, our CEO, will be on here tomorrow, and he wears a green suit and everything. It's a whole thing. So we'll be doing that. So we have other.
Yeah, we got a lot of pictures.
Okay, you just hit cut, and it'll just cut right. Yeah. Okay, my audio's.
Do you want me to turn your thing on?
Not right now. Just start bringing up pictures. We can kind of give commentary. I'm gonna take a sip of water.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Wow.
Okay, so this is Robinson and 36th and Norman. Looks like he's got a few golf balls there. This is 12th Avenue Northeast and Rock Creek. Whew. Got a 3-inch stone there, so that's probably near where our 3-inch report came in earlier. 12th Avenue Northeast and Rock Creek in Norman. And there you go, John. Take it away.
Big time. Big time hail with that. I mean, you're gonna have to say the locations because it's too small for me to read it on the screen.
Yeah, you're good.
But
all right.
Yeah, so these are all in Norman, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So, all right, let's just kind of keep it rolling here.
So this is Tecumseh and 12th.
Okay. Okay, but hang on, let's go back to that one real fast. Notice the hail in the background too. There's quite a bit of it. I mean, they're obviously holding it up. So, yeah, there's a ton of hail with this. Keep it going.
Yeah. Tecumseh and 12th again.
A different variety of size. That's fun.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got Robinson and 24th here.
Jeez.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty big. So that's a quarter. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's sort of for reference. That's a baseball right there.
Robinson and 24th is also just northeast of OU's campus.
Okay, so it's like right by OU's campus.
12th and Tecumseh again. Looks like that got hit pretty hard.
Yeah. So that's a 3-incher.
Yeah.
Drop it hot for San Antonio. Yeah. So I think someone asked what ranking San Antonio. We're putting all of Texas into one big map. So it's a 5-star for DFW. It was probably a 3-star for Del Rio, and then San Antonio maybe a 3-star. I can't say that for certain right now. So.
Okay, this is Main and Flood, which is just northwest of Fred Jones Museum of Art at OU's campus. So
That's what we get for we have 2 OU alumni in here right now, so yeah. I'm just kind of riding the wave here.
12th Northeast and Rock Creek again.
Yeah,
I saw that one earlier. I think 1700 Lexington Ave, which is
that was an
specific.
address.
Sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the OU airport. Did not know that.
Yeah, broken windows, man. RAP this entire desk. Yeah, so that's a real indicator of that wind-driven hail. You need wind to push hailstones into windows.
Looks
so
like there's even water in there too from the rain.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the rain afterwards came flooding in. Yeah, this is gonna be a big time hailstorm for the metro.
All right, so
OKC
this is 12th
Metro.
and Rock Creek again. We just saw that one, 3 inches there.
Man, somebody put that picture in like 8 times in our thing.
I think that's it. They've been switching around. This is Robinson. Yeah, we saw this one.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, there you go.
All right, so okay, we can go back to radar here. Just hit cut, yeah, and then you gotta turn my thing back on. Yeah, so now that we're back here in this, will it make it to San Marcos? Is there only one map in DFW so far? Yes, I believe there is. I think there was just the one storm. So let's jump down to DFW actually, kind of see what that storm is doing. We still have a ways to go before Shawnee. Okay, just give it a second. Okay, so here we are. Let's go over to DFW itself. So we got the one swath that moved through Dallas-Fort Worth. So that's going to be the only swath. But again, you purchase the map or you have a subscription for all of Texas, you're going to see everything from this. So yeah, this is looking way less healthy than it did before. Query the meso if you can actually click on the little arrow. Yeah, it takes a second. Yeah, so notice how the hail size is calling down a ton. So I think this storm is kind of dying. It did rain. I don't know if the sun ever came out in McKinney, so that's gonna probably kill the storm a little bit here. So I think we're going to Okay, radar forecast shows another round near DFW 3-4 a.m. It's very possible. I haven't looked at forecast models in a minute here, so yeah, getting some small hail right now near Aubrey Prosper border. That makes sense, Wes. I mean, this storm has really started to fall apart. I don't think it's going to really have much more of a punch at all now. I think it's just very tall, probably a bunch of lightning, heavy rain, and some small hail, you know, on the pocket change variety, but without the quarters. So I think this is pretty much done and dusted, but we go off to the west. It does seem like, yeah, we will have the potential for more storms later. And if any of those do happen, we get more hail in Dallas-Fort Worth later tonight. Chances are I'll be asleep, might not be able to do live coverage, but it'll all be added to the same map, don't worry, and the team will be going. Okay, is the Norman storm going to drop hail further east? Yes, it is still dropping hail. It will be heading towards Shawnee in the next 15 minutes or so.
Ping pong balls right now.
It's what?
Ping pong balls right now.
For what?
The Norman storm. It's doing ping pong balls.
Okay.
Currently.
Okay, sorry, we have too many storms happening here. I know which one's doing what. So, all right, we're gonna jump down to San Antonio now, see what's happening there, where San Antonio could see storms pretty much all night with the rate that they're coming in. Okay, we're getting closer now. This thing, whoop, tornado warning. Yeah. Oh, okay, okay, yeah, and I didn't see it, it was behind my body. Okay, let's check over here. So this thing's tornado warning now. It's zoom in here so this is in northeastern sections of Bexar County, and then here's New Braunfels, Garden Ridge. Let's turn velocities on, let's see what we got. Okay, yeah, so you got definitely some strong winds in this. So hail may not be that big of a deal, but the wind is definitely pretty intense. Let's go CCs now. I don't see a debris ball, that's good. So it's just tornado warned, so that means the potential is there for a tornado, and whatever it was, bringing the tornado warning up again. You surprised me with the tornado warning, so I'm gonna... Okay, so yeah, just warn for quarters. I think hail is pretty much a non-factor on this one, but from New Braunfels and other towns I can't pronounce, I'm not gonna, you guys see it on the screen, I'm not gonna embarrass myself here. About 200,000 people in the way of this, and this is till 10 o'clock. It's 9:34 right now, next 26 minutes. This is gonna be heading right towards the radar, actually. So you have to keep close eye on this. If you're hearing the sirens go off, get in your tornado safe place. I do not see anything that indicates, let's remove this off the screen since the radar is right under it. I think we have sail around Louisville and Flower Mound. I can't read some of these comments.
Was the hail around Louisville and Flower Mound not big enough for the map of Keller? Someone asked.
Oh, it's all on there. It's the whole storm, guys. Don't worry. It's all on the same thing. Seguin? Shirts and Seguin. Okay, thank you. All right, okay, what's this here? We got a radar update. It looks like this is where your really strong winds are gonna be at. Okay, let's move it around. Yeah, so right along I-35, you're getting some intense winds. That's probably 70-mile-per-hour winds with that, moving northeastward, and that's going to, that hail is probably gonna be pretty minimal, but again, 70-mile-per-hour winds, and that tornado warning, again, doesn't look like there's anything on the ground at the moment, but if there would be, it'd be rain wrapped. You're not going to see it. It's dark. So you hear the tornado sirens, you're in that warning, your phone's going off, get in your tornado safe place, and wait for the storm to pass. So this is heading towards New Braunfels. If anyone's asking, this is going to stay south of Austin. And if we zoom out a little bit, I don't know if it'll stay south of San Marcos or not. Yes, Keller did get hit with the hail. The main part of this storm will probably stay south of San Marcos. San Marcos will see some rain from it, however. So again, tornado warning with that storm here in Bexar County in the San Antonio area, and that's going to be moving towards New Braunfels and the county that's here. You got too many counties in Texas for me to memorize them, guys. So this is continuing moving off to northeast. Hail is not a big deal with it. It's the strong winds, upwards of 70 miles an hour, and that potential for a tornado. That's why that tornado warning is in effect. If we go off to the west, though, that is where the next hail potential is going to be. What's this guy? Is this new or is this dying? Let's roll it back. Whoop. Yeah, I just want to see the evolution of it. Okay, move it forward. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on this guy too. It's not warned, but. And then over here, we have, this is the next potential storm. Notice you don't have the hail spike anymore here, over by Divine, south of Hondo. This one's heading, again, this is heading right towards San Antonio. Okay, well, it's Hays County. Yeah, thank you. Hays County is what the warning's for. Let's bring up CC's correlation coefficient. Okay, you're still getting big hail though. So it's not a big hail spike anymore, but you're still getting that big hail falling down. You see all the greens and yellows with this. New warning, look at that. New warning came out, and now we have the southern half of Bexar County from about downtown San Antonio down to just south of the end of Bexar County. Got Divine, Little, Natalia, and San Antonio. 1.38 million people, and that's for ping pong ball size hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds. I'd say it's likely it's up to golf balls with this. So again, San Antonio, you're not done. Like, we still have a fair amount heading your way. You got the speed and direction and all that jazz?
East at 40.
Okay, east at 40. So we're going to get to Somerset 1010 and Garza Crossing. So this is the San Antonio area itself by about 10 o'clock here. And I guess I'm just going to keep rolling with this, guys. Let's see how long I can go. All right, let's go back to reflectivity. Yeah, I mean, the storm's looking healthy. You know, you got that nice little hook here. So right in here, you're getting that nice, hot Texas air coming right into it. Very intense inflow. And then, well, I'd say cool air, but it's just not quite as warm air like coming around it, and that's causing the storm. It's getting a ton of lift, and it's going to keep the hail suspended. I bet, let's go to, bring up the 3D thing, the ISO surface thing, because I bet these storms are very tall. Let's tilt it down and get it. Yeah, so these storms, big time, tall storms here. Notice this one, this was the first storm. This is a pretty tall guy, and this one's pretty tall as well. So we have, and we got to keep an eye on the one north of Castroville. This one's not warned, but we'll keep a close eye on that because that will be heading towards the north section of San Antonio. This guy here, north of Purcell, or Pearsall, this one by Divine, this is heading towards going to be the southwestern sections of San Antonio in the next half an hour. So again, tall storms, plenty of room for hail growth. You need big, tall storms, lots of cool air to make that hail grow and stay suspended in the sky, and that's really going to keep this rolling here. So let's go back to just normal reflectivity. We did get a radar update. I had questions about Austin. This storm, no, is not going to head towards Austin. Well south of Austin, Texas, the one that's going towards New Braunfels. It'll probably stay south of San Marcos, honestly. So with that radar update, I'm willing to bet this thing is probably going to try to ride the outflow boundary of this northern storm, if I were to venture a guess.
I mean, I can roll it back and forward.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I think this might go a little further north than what. We'll have to keep a close eye on this. This is not super far away. I think this will be the new focus coming forward here because I think the storm up by Frisco is dying, and then we'll have to go check in on Shawnee probably next. So let's go right over here, right by my head here, or by New Braunfels to see this tornado warning storm. Again, I don't want anybody to be surprised by anything, so let's bring up velocities as we are pretty much right along right along I-35. Ooh, is that some strong wind. I don't think there's anything tornadic in it, but man, I drove in a strong wind like that yesterday, and it's not fun. And I was in a storm chasing truck and not just like my Honda. So you're on I-35 by Garden Ridge and heading towards New Braunfels. You're gonna get hit with probably some 75-mile-per-hour winds, so it's gonna be no fun. But I think the tornado threat, yes, tornado warnings warranted, but I do not think there's anything on the ground at the moment. Can happen anytime, be a spin up in the rain, so you don't want to go try to see it, but again, just take your tornado precautions and probably don't drive on I-35 right now over by New Braunfels and Garden Ridge between San Marcos and San Antonio. Let's go back to reflectivity. But zooming out a little bit, let's just kind of see. I want to see make sure there's nothing off to the west of Austin. So go north. Okay, we got a bunch of, yeah. Yeah, sorry, it's okay. All right, there's nothing near Austin for now. I think Austin's probably gonna get through this evening fine. But let's just kind of drift north towards, got some big storms off, man. Okay, well, we got a couple off to the west here. We'll have to keep an eye on this one. See if that ends up eventually heading towards Dallas later. And then we have this line. This line of storms is probably the end of the show here over by Graham. And then let's check in here in Collin County over by Frisco and Prosper. Yeah, no, this thing's dying. So yeah, this is a shadow of its former self. I think the hail threat, let's just do CCs real fast. Yeah, okay, so this thing is no longer a threat. I think DFW damage is done for now. I don't think you're gonna see any more storms, at least for the next hour or so. Again, might be possible later tonight, but right now I think we are done. So let's go up to Oklahoma City, or just keep going up I-35 here. Thankfully, we don't have to go all the way to Minneapolis, or it'd be real rough. So, whoop. Okay, let's zoom in. We got a new warning, it looks like here, that includes Shawnee, and we're coming into this right as it's heading into Shawnee. I definitely didn't time that perfectly. So here's Shawnee right here. We got a warning for up to ping pong ball size hail, winds of 70, Bethel Acres, Earlsboro, Shawnee, Tecumseh. That's till 10:30. That's about 45 minutes from now. Storms over Bethel Acres at the moment. We got a report that came in. Is that the ping pong ball report you mentioned earlier? Or we'll find out. Okay, quarter size hail in Bethel Acres. Let's check out the, yep, that 2-inch. Okay, we're still close to the radar, so I'm not super. Okay, let's do the let's do CCs as we're moving into Shawnee here. Okay, so it's not looking actually not looking as crazy as it was. Though it might actually only be dropping quarter to $half size hail in Bethel Acres right now. And this is moving pretty much due east. Let's just kind of do a track here, see when it's going to move into Shawnee itself. Probably very soon, I'm assuming. What was it, 40 or something it was moving at? 35? 33. Yeah, so it'll be Shawnee in about, it's 9:44, at 9:51 it'll be in the middle of Shawnee. So Shawnee, expect quarter to $half size hail with this in the next 10 minutes, or less than 10 minutes, next 8 minutes. And notice the reflectivity is nowhere near what it was in Norman about an hour or two ago. And this will be moving into Shawnee. And I think this is just going to add to the map that we already have. So this will just kind of pretty much be an insult to injury. But Shawnee, I do not think you're going to have anything like what Norman had. I think you're going to have quarter, $half size hail. Switch to velocities real fast, actually. I want to see what the winds are like. Okay, but very strong winds. You're going to have probably that wind's close to 70 miles an hour. So wind-driven quarter, $half size hail is still going to do probably a number. Might break, it could crack some windows and stuff on your house, but definitely not baseballs or anything that crazy. So let's go back to reflectivity here. Excuse me, and that's going to be in the Shawnee area very soon here as we're racing off to the east. Again, it's 9:45 right now. In about 5 minutes, you will be impacted in Shawnee itself. No other storms, I do not think, are in Oklahoma, the Oklahoma City area. Let's just bring up the metro, Oklahoma City Metro. Do I have a palette for that? Yeah, I definitely have a palette for that. Yeah, so that's it. This is, again, the only game in town here, and that's just going to keep rolling off to the east, possibly get weaker as it's now 9:45. The sun's been down for a little while. Things are going to kind of quiet down a bit. We do have this is probably a lingering watch from earlier, I guess. Yeah, what was this? Okay, yeah, it's still 2 a.m. Doesn't include Tulsa, though. I don't think Tulsa is going to see anything out of this. I'm sure everyone's very hopeful for me because I just said that and I downplayed Dallas and then my first forecast was right. So was right the first time. Okay, we got a thing going here. I think so. I'm in Austin at the moment. Okay, people are just chatting. Yeah, thanks for chatting again. Share these videos. If you're new to us, like our videos, subscribe to our channel. If you're watching us on YouTube, smash that subscribe button or whatever. Hit the bell, all that jazz. Thanks to our sponsors, C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and the American Contractor Show. There in the description below, you can click on the link for them. They're tagged in here, or they will be tagged in here. Thanks for tuning in, of course, as always. We got any other pictures coming in since we're kind of in between a couple storms here at the moment?
We have a few.
Okay. Yep. There we go. All right.
Kind of.
Love to see
in
the
a
daily
weird
update
order.
videos. Thank you, KD Gaming YouTube.
Okay, so here, I think this is where we left off. Sorry for the echo, guys, but this was Northwest 48th and Robinson, so it looks like we
48th
got
and Robinson. Okay, that's a 2-incher.
2-inch on that.
Looks like it melted a little bit too.
The
Whoa.
Taco Bell on
Oh no.
1024 24th Street
Wow.
in Norman.
Holy cow.
So they got hit pretty hard.
Where is that? Do you know where that is, Andrew or Allie?
I know where 24th is, because that's off of where I used to live when I was in college, but I'm not sure.
Dang,
oh, no,
man.
Wait, I know exactly where that is. Not
Wow.
the Taco Bell. Oh no, that's like brand new too.
Look at that. Yeah, so we're getting these. I mean, these windows are getting destroyed. I realize I'm not on my screen, but these windows are getting absolutely destroyed here. So very wind-driven hail with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn you on here, John, so you can.
Pop me on here. I'm just gonna appear on the screen, guys. Yep. Yeah.
Right.
TV magic, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Poor Taco Bell. Let's keep going here.
East
Okay. Yeah.
Creek.
There's a tennis ball and a golf ball, a bunch of little stuff. Probably kind of melted in here. Where's the intersection?
East Rock Creek and Porter.
Okay. Let's just keep this rolling here. These are all on Norman.
Yes, also East Rock Creek and Porter.
Okay, that's probably just the same person.
This is all like downtown Norman.
Okay.
Norman Regional Hospital there.
That looks pretty
Golf
big.
balls, maybe? Yeah.
It's weird. You see it from a distance and you're like, yeah, that's probably like a quarter. And you pick it up and it's like a tennis ball and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, probably at least 2 inch.
Oof,
Oh
that's
my
also
God,
Norman
look
Regional
at that. That's a baseball.
That's a big hill.
Or
So
is that also the hospital?
yes, this is also at the Regional Hospital.
Norman.
This is another one from Rock Creek and Porter here. 3-incher again. So
Yep.
we got a few of those that came in. I-35 in Robinson. So right off the highway.
Dang.
Okay, near Keller. Okay, so now we're back down in Texas.
Back in Texas now.
Just
All
for a
right, so
second
this is in
here.
Keller.
Switch back.
Yeah, so look at all the leaves on here. These trees got shredded. So that definitely indicates you had some big hail with that. And I know a lot of you guys, when you go out looking around the morning after a storm, you see like try to find a bunch of leaves in people's yards and stuff, and that usually means pretty intense hail. The size, I mean, it looks like a variety,
Yeah.
and we're pretty far away from it.
Okay, jumping back to Norman. We're back
Okay.
on 35 in Robinson, so this is right downtown.
Oh no, the car dealership.
Yeah. this is-
The Ford dealership looks
Yeah,
like
it's actually
got a
there's
hail sale coming up here, guys.
Yeah.
Go buy a new Bronco.
There's actually a whole row of dealerships out that way, so
Ah,
probably hit
is there
all
a
those.
Subaru dealership down there?
Maybe. I'm a Jeep girl, but there might be. Okay, this is I-35.
Subaru is in my future here, so. Okay, that's the same picture from before.
And then Tecumseh.
Yeah, there's probably some repeats just
Yeah.
because we got a lot of people come in. Dang,
Tecumseh and Porter. That's
a lot of big ones in there. Looks like
sorry.
yeah, probably about what's this
Maybe
one?
2
Is that
inches, 2.5.
A little over 2 inches, about tennis ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tecumseh and Porter again. So yeah, 2.5.
Yep, and that's another tennis ball.
Yeah, and
The magnificent mile of cars in Norman. Yeah, that's right, Chris. And you guys got like they got back from a failed chase that turned into probably a chase like just before the storm had happened. So, all right. Any other pictures in here?
I think that is it
Yeah,
for
no,
now.
look at it. April 28th. This is gonna be a memorable day for hail here in
Yes.
the I-35 corridor from San Antonio to Norman.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna just walk off the screen. I'm gonna get a drink of water while you switch me over back to the radar.
We'll jump on back into Oklahoma here. Let me cut it over, and we should be back up on our radar here. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in on our Shawnee storm, so John can talk about it in a second here. It looks like we're continuing to kind of die out as we go, since it dropped all that big hail.
You gotta put the green screen back on.
Oh, yes. I forgot to turn the green screen back on. So say hello to John once he pops up there. But we have our storm in Shawnee still moving along, dying out as we go. Back to you, John.
All right. So here in Shawnee, we have storm at the moment. Let's just bring up CCs. Let's check it out here at 9:52. Zoom in a little bit in the Shawnee. The name is kind of covering up. Notice not really too much. So I think we're probably down to maybe some quarter-size hail, probably primarily sub-severe hail, and you switch back over to that reflectivity. It's likely, again, mostly sub-severe hail here in Shawnee. So I think this storm's starting to die out pretty quick. It's weakening pretty rapidly here. Again, I think we lost that daytime heating that really kept this thing afloat, just pretty much south of I-40. So I think this should be a non-factor coming up. Won't be surprised a quarter report comes in Shawnee, but I think primarily sub-severe hail, some heavy rain, maybe some gusty winds. Bring up those velocities real fast. Yeah, gusty winds. Okay, yeah, you probably got 65, 70 mile an hour winds in there, but, okay, I guess apparently 50, 60 mile per hour winds in there here in Shawnee. That's still severe. That's still gonna be enough to, blow around your lawn furniture and maybe bring down some branches. As probably a lot of the weaker branches from the ice storm that happened back in October. So let's go back to reflectivity, and I think we can meander our way down into Texas here. All right, so here in Dallas-Fort Worth, not too much. The storm still warned as it's moving to McKinney, but let's just kind of check. We'll check in on it real fast, but I think I know the answer. Yeah, this thing is probably dying. Let's check in on this really quick. Yep, all right, done. San Antonio. All right, I'll give it a second to catch up. All right, so we got, this is getting closer. Let's go over to the tornado warned storm here over by New Braunfels. Okay, we're getting really close to radar, just like we did with Norman. So it's going to be a little messy. Let's bring up the rotation. Okay, and here is potential probably over here. It would be that rotation might be, or over by New Braunfels itself. Radar indicated. Bring up the CCs real fast. Make sure there's no little debris balls or anything. Roll the radar back for a second. Okay. All right, bring it back to now. Yeah, I'm not seeing a debris ball, I don't think. Again, we're very noisy. We're very, very close to the radar. There's a lot of noise coming up in here, so it might be kind of hard to see a debris ball anyway, unless it's very prominent, which would be bad news bears. But I'm not seeing anything to indicate a big time tornadic storm. Let's see the warning, make sure I'm not lying to these people. There's nothing confirmed. I don't think there's anything confirmed in this.
Yeah, radar indicated.
Radar indicated, which is good. You want radar indicated. You do not want it to be a confirmed tornado warning. So let's go back to reflectivity. There might actually be some hail here up to the north, but I think probably again likely fairly small, and it is going to be enhanced a little bit by all of the noise. Notice all the holes in the radar. That's going to be the noise of it being so close to San Antonio's radar here as it's moving towards New Braunfels. So again, you got those sirens going off along I-35. You got possibly your phone going crazy with the emergency alerts. Just take your tornado precautions and just know that there is not anything confirmed on the ground. So probably some very strong winds and heavy rain, some small hail, but I do not see anything on the ground at the moment. So thankfully, this will be passing here by about, if you're in New Braunfels, by 10:15, it's going to be over. So zoom out a little bit, and we have the next potential hail maker heading towards San Antonio, and it's still looking pretty pretty gnarly here over by Divine. Whoops. Nope, they want. There we go. Let's zoom in on this guy here by Divine, and yeah, man, it's got a pretty solid hook. Bring up CCs real fast. Correlation coefficient. Let's see what we got for hail. Not as impressive as it was before, so it might be coming down a little bit on that hail. That might be another high precipitation, rain, wind maker. And it's still moving northeast, I'm assuming here. Pretty much riding I-35.
Yes. Let's roll it back and forth.
Hail, New Braunfels. Let me know what size you're getting out of here. The radar is going to be a little rough to see. What's it going to be? Oh, what's the name? Trent, I want to say. I guess you can't read it super great on the... Trevor, okay, sorry about that. Let's query the meso here, see what the hail size we're getting out of this. Okay, all right, so it's not, it doesn't look like it's as intense. Maybe the outflow from the storm to the north is kind of cutting this bad boy off a little bit. We'll see how this evolves. I mean, we are getting very close. Here's Little, and then Somerset, Von Ormy, and I think more concentrations of people are like pretty much right here once we get into Bexar County. I'm not 100% certain. I don't know. San Antonio, super great. Oh. No, it's loaded. I got Bexar County loaded. Okay, so it might not be too many people, too many folks. It might be a little bit before this actually impacts some people. It looks like, again, it's riding basically I-35, maybe just a little south of there. So Somerset, probably about like 10-15 or something like that. We'll be, again, this could bubble up and get intense again at any time here. These aren't really weakening with the lack of daytime heating, so we'll have to keep a very close eye on this. Of course, it's heading towards San Antonio. We can zoom it out a little bit. Let's see what else is happening. So again, we still got that tornado warning. Oh, we got a hail report in New Braunfels as well. So let's queer that hail report we got right here. Quarters, okay, so we're getting quarters in New Braunfels. All right, so quarter size hail. We got a new tornado warning as well, actually. It includes San Marcos. Warning for golf balls. We're very close to the radar, so it's going to be a little difficult to, because it won't switch over. I don't think it'll switch over to Austin's radar. So we're kind of having to deal with, yeah, so that quarters is going to be in here. Let's go to CCs. Okay, yeah, there's your quarter size hail. Warn for, what does this say? What does the meso have? Does it have it at golf balls? Guess I'll just bring up and ping.
It's at 3.7, but it is really close to the radar.
Yeah, usually it's smaller though. It might be picking up from GRK. Hang on, let me bring it over on my phone here whilst. Okay, I'm not getting any MPing reports. what I'm doing is I'm bringing up the other radar so I can see it from, okay, yeah, there's actually a decent hail core and it's heading pretty much right towards San Marcos, it looks like. So, okay, let's move this up to the north a little bit here as we get to the top of the hour. All right, so there's your hail core. It's showing up a little bit better here, and we're moving pretty much northeast towards San Marcos. If you go to velocities, I'm not like, we're so close to the radar, it's difficult to tell where exactly the center of this rotation is going to be. So it looks like, again, you have an area of very strong wind, might be some wind-driven quarters with it, but like, I can't say for certain that there isn't a tornado with it, but it's worthy of being a tornado warned. I understand why they extended it to San Marcos, and it seems to be moving generally northeast, kind of sort of paralleling I-35. I don't think it'll make it all the way to Austin. Have to make a pretty move due north, but I think there's that potential. You have that quarter size hail, that strong gusty winds, and then that potential tornado. Not seeing anything confirmed in New Braunfels, and then this is also moving towards San Marcos. So San Marcos, you may see some quarter size hail coming up here. Let's query it. Let's track this. See what when to expect it.
It says it's moving northeast to 25.
Okay, it's not moving super quick.
Let me get a track for you. Northeast to 25.
So San Marcos is going to be at like almost 10:30, so 10:27. And then Hunter at 10:11, Centex 10:32, and Martindale at 10:38. And that's, again, this is staying pretty well south of Austin. So if you're in the Austin area and you're asking about this, I think this is going to stay south of you by a fair bit here. Latest radar update, let's do CCs real quick. Okay, yeah, there's more hail in this now. It seems like it's kind of rebounded itself. It's getting into some untapped air before we had, we're moving through areas that had storms now, and now we're getting into area where I don't think it really rained like much at all here in south central Texas. So outside of these storms, it's crazy. This storm's been going since Mexico, rolled off the mountains and hit Del Rio, and it just keeps on chugging. So, all right, let's back to reflectivity.
It looks like we got pictures of baseballs in southwest San Antonio about 30 minutes ago.
Okay.
That just came in.
Yeah, oh man.
Yeah, our meteorology chat.
Yeah, here. So this is a picture we just got. It's gonna be blurry, but friend of mine, southwest San Antonio for 30 minutes ago. Okay, that's big. My phone has exploded, so I can't really go through everything here. People trying to contact me, let me know it hailed. So again, thanks for tuning in, guys, as always. So here we are. We'll just do kind of a recap. It's at 10 o'clock. You're still watching us. Hey, thanks for watching for, when did I go live? I don't know.
It's been like 2 hours.
2 hours? All right, yeah, I'm still going though. Look at that. Thank you, Rise Energy Drink by Mountain Dew. It's the only reason I'm still going. So we currently have a storm here in the New Braunfels area. It's kind of zooming out a little bit, show San Antonio. I think our reports might still, some of our reports are still on here. Let's try to roll the radar back, like bring it all the way back to like the beginning here. Will the reports show up? Ah, yes, they do. Perfect. Just that far back. So we had a storm move through San Antonio area. I saw a picture of some baseballs, so it might be San Marcos. Okay, yeah. So we had hail over by like SeaWorld, the western sections of San Antonio. Don't know what the final confirmed size was. I did just show a picture there of some baseballs, and I just want to know exactly where that was. So this impacted San Antonio. We can bring the radar back to right now. This one storm is now moving towards San Marcos with some quarter-size hail and upwards and a tornado warning, some gusty winds, possibly a potential for a tornado. We have another storm that's going to be moving to southern Bexar County here very soon. This doesn't look like it has anywhere near as big hail as it did earlier, but we'll be keeping a close eye on that. Further to the north, in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, we had upwards of baseball-sized hail in Keller, and that extended pretty much from the Saginaw area all the way to about Flower Mound. That had some big-time hail as well. And then finally, possibly the most impactful storm of the night. It's gonna take a while for us to figure out which one was more intense. We had in Norman, wind-driven baseball-sized hail through the majority of Norman, Oklahoma as well. So again, a lot of impactful storms. The most impactful were probably Norman in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but San Antonio, you still have more storm potential coming in. And Alan's still trying to call me here. And then he's got to watch our stream. So we have 2 5-star maps. The Dallas-Fort Worth storm was a 5-star map. Everything in Texas today is a 5-star map, just all in one package. The reason it's a 5-star is Dallas-Fort Worth, and then Norman was a 5-star map as well. Ton of pictures have come in. Our Hail Trace internal chat has had tons of pictures. We've been flooded with them. You guys have been helping us as well, and we've been showing them here from time to time from what we've had. And thanks as always to our sponsors, See the Group, Merlin Law Group, and our Summit Balance Claims. I think Andrea can go on to the Facebook and actually put the tags on him while I'm still live. Did you do that already?
I did not.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. So you can go check it out in the description below. Whoops, I disappeared for a second. And then, yeah, so that, again, we've had quite a bit on there. So quite a bit with this. So with that, we're gonna jump back in to San Marcos. Did you tag them, or were you about to?
That's what I was about to do.
Okay, you can just do that. I'll just keep talking. So again, it's 10:06 now. We have a storm. The biggest storm at the moment is the one over here. It's warned by San Marcos, just north of New Braunfels. As tornado warned. We haven't had a confirmed tornado yet. We've had quarter-size hail with it. It's heading towards San Marcos. It will stay south of Austin. Austin is right where my finger's at. It's moving northeasterly, so it should stay to south and to the east of Austin, Texas. And we have another storm. This one might be weakening as it's moving towards San Antonio, where it would be probably the southwestern sections of the city and southern sections of San Antonio. But it's very possible that that could still be impactful. Dallas-Fort Worth right now, not too much at the moment. The one storm has died off in Collin County. We will possibly see more storms later on tonight, but it will be a little bit for that. And in Oklahoma, the one storm that happened, that's really it. And it hit Shawnee and it's weakening now, so it looks like it'll likely be all she wrote for Oklahoma for this evening. I don't think we're going to see anything else with that. Again, very impressive. That was definitely the biggest surprise storm of the evening for us anyway. We had the roads loaded up for the areas where I was pretty sure we'd see some big storms, and then Mother Nature said, nah, Oklahoma, you can get it too. So we made 2 5-star maps tonight. I do not think, I'm trying to remember the last time we had 2 5-stars in one day. If anyone from Hail Trace is watching and puts in the comments below, that'd be fantastic. I've been here since 2014, and I have not seen those, seen 2 in one day in quite some time. We got the stuff tagged? Do you get it?
I don't think I actually can edit it while it's live. I thought I could, but...
Dang. Oh well, that's fine. Well, you can still search them. It's the American Contractor Show, all that great stuff. So, jumping back into the storms now, we got, looks like a hail report came in near San Marcos. Let's zoom in on the tornado warned storm. Let's see what's happening here. Is that the same quarter size hail report? I don't know. We were zoomed out pretty far. This is the newest one that came in.
Oh, yeah, it is the newest one.
Yeah. So is it just another quarter report? Oh, we got another report over here too. That just came in like 2 seconds ago. All right, so $250 size hail in New Braunfels, on the northern side of the New Braunfels, and now it's now moving towards San Marcos. Let's bring up the CCs real fast. Okay, there's your hail core right in here, pretty much right where that hail report came in. And then, has there been a tornado sighting yet? I do not think so. We have an updated warning. Let's query the warning, make sure it's still radar indicated. For a ping pong ball. Radar indicated, so no confirmation of any tornadoes heading towards San Marcos, but it is tornado warned. Bring up those velocities, we can probably see why. Yeah, so you have, we're close to the radar, so it's gonna be kind of messy, but also it's kind of messy, so if there's any sort of tornadoes, it'll spin up quick and you're not gonna be able to see it, and it's gonna be in the rain, so that's why they have that tornado warning in place. The potential is there for a tornado. What's the analogy? A tornado watch, the muffins are, the muffin ingredients, tornado warning, the muffins are in the oven, tornado emergency, you're eating the muffin, I guess. So we're at the tornado warning. So they're saying there is. Again, if the warning, we're not getting the warning saying that is confirmed, then we don't have an official confirmation of any tornadoes from the National Weather Service. So people might be claiming there might be one, and it's very possible, but I'm not seeing anything at the moment here heading towards San Marcos. Let's go back to reflectivity. All right, I got Andrew on like 18 different screens going on, so he's doing about 46,000 things. So this is all, again, just north of I-35, moving to the north and to the east. San Marcos, expect $quarter to $half size hail here fairly soon. I don't know what speeds it moving at northeast. It's probably gonna hit San Marcos directly, I assume.
Northeast of 50 now. So
Okay, so it's hauling. You gotta zoom out probably quite a bit. Again, this isn't gonna stay south of Austin. Austin's the other 5-star. Finally, hey, you know what? The Norman, I realized the Norman storm is the first 5-star not in Texas so far this year. So there we go. We got Texas A&M and University of Oklahoma hit. Maybe, and University of Texas got hit too in Austin back in like March. You know, a lot of, oh, Texas A&M's not in the Big 12, the SEC, but a couple Big 12 schools getting hit. So anyway, 10:16, San Marcos, next 5 minutes. Kyle after that, 10:25. Mustang Ridge at 10:39. Elroy at 10:46. And Cedar Creek at 10:52. So it might scrape the far, far southeastern reaches of the Austin Metro, maybe get close to the airport, which is in the middle of nowhere. So I don't think we're gonna be hitting too many folks in the Austin area with this $quarter to $half size hail. San Marcos is gonna be the biggest town within that. So now we're gonna move over to the storm by San Antonio. Let's check that one out. This is gonna be moving into the San Antonio area. This one is not gonna be tornado warned, it's just severe thunderstorm warned. Let's query the warning right now. It's not looking as great on radar. So we're moving into Bexar County. Yeah, it's just warned for quarters now. We'll do the correlation coefficient. Let's just kind of see what the radar's seeing. And notice, I mean, we'll zoom in further, but just the eye test out the gate here, you're not seeing too much of the greens or the yellows. You're just seeing little spacklings of orange here by little. So that really indicates that we're probably seeing maybe quarter size hail at maximum, and a lot of subsevere hail with that as well. Let's see, analyze the meso there, see what we're getting for what the algorithm's indicating. Under quarter size hail. So this storm is dying. This storm is dying, so it probably will not even really make it into Bexar County too much. So I think with that, do we have any new pictures that have come in?
Let's see. There's one.
One new picture?
Yeah.
Is it impressive enough to show, or?
It's some good damage.
Okay, well,
Some pretty good damage.
throw the picture on here, and we may actually wrap this up a little bit. Holy crap, where is that?
That was, oh yeah, okay, Dehanis? D''Hanis, Texas.
Dang.
So I guess Dehanis.
Oh my God.
On the US 90.
Holy cow. Wow. Look at that damage in there. Look at that windshield just completely annihilated.
Yes, I'm gonna
So-
take a peek here and see if I can find out where Dehanis, Texas is.
Okay. Golly. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. That's definitely some wind-driven hail.
All right, so that was west of San Antonio, probably from, I would assume, this last storm that moved through.
Yeah, it was definitely that first storm. That first storm was a monster. I was surprised. Like, San Antonio got super lucky that the whole city didn't look like this.
Yeah, so there you go.
Wow. Okay, yeah, so there's proof from the general San Antonio area. So all this is available on our maps here. Let's switch me back to the radar. And I think we're probably gonna wrap things up here a little bit as the storm is dying. We'll come back, well, okay, it's 10:15. For those of you guys who've been watching this whole time, thanks for tuning in. I mean, this has been a wild ride. Came on here thinking we'd see 2-star. Hell, I went home and then I came back. So we had a lot of activity. We had 2 5-star maps on air here. Probably, I mean, this San Antonio storm is just being lumped in with the Dallas stuff, but on its own, just based on that one picture, it might have been almost at least a 4-star map. Man, geez. So a lot of activity that's happened. Let's jump up, bring it back over. Actually, San Marcos might be getting hit. So we'll go over there. So a lot has been going on, and we still have more going on. I'm like almost forgetting about the other storms here. San Marcos itself, I think you're about to be impacted. Unfortunately, do not have the roads loaded for these counties. But if we bring in the CCs, yeah, man, it's actually starting to look a little better. What is this calling? The algorithm's showing?
Let's see.
Okay, all right. I mean, you know, San Marcos, you guys might actually get a little bit bigger hail with me. I got Austin's thing, radar uploaded on here. So while you do that, I'm just gonna check really fast. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, $quarter, $half, maybe some ping pong ball size hail. No, we just got an update. Let's check this out. Every time I keep thinking about it to be done, it just keeps on going. Oh man, All right, let's just do full CCs because it's so close to the radar. You just kind of, okay. Yeah. All right, so you might be the storm might be trying to strengthen a little bit. Maybe ping pong ball might be close to golf ball size hail, maybe getting close to San Marcos. Center of town coming up here. Let's try to zoom. Let's go back to reflectivity and try to zoom in a little bit. Maybe we get some state highways or something. Try to help. Am I just getting the one? It's just like the bypass for 35. Ah, dang it. All right, well, yeah, so you got I-35 pretty much north of I-35 here, heading towards San Marcos. What did Pablo say, 2.5? What's the... So, San Marcos, you guys might be getting hit here pretty soon with some pretty big hail. That tornado warning is still in effect, but I think we're likely seeing probably just very strong winds with that larger hail, that quarter to maybe golf ball variety. Again, when you're this close to the radar, it can be a little difficult to live analyze it with only a couple of the parameters we use. So I'm zooming out a tiny bit since we don't have any of the roads. Apparently I just need to load the whole country for storms. So we got the warning here. What we got, is a tornado warning updated at all?
I don't think it has. Let's check.
What about the severe warning that's like behind it? Okay, yeah, so they haven't really updated those at all. So yeah, San Marcos, you're going to be getting impacted. Let's see, it's 10:18 right now. You'll be impacted the next couple of minutes. And tornado warning just ended. Look at that, guys. No reissuance of the tornado warning. They canceled it. Breathe easy. Tornado warning has been canceled. Well, but there's all still strong winds. If we do velocities, there still will be some strong winds with that. So you still could see winds 60 to 70 miles an hour. So even though there isn't a tornado warning, you can still see that pretty intense wind. And of course that hail that might be trying to sneak itself up in size a little bit here from quarter to maybe upwards of that ping pong to golf ball size hail. So this is okay, this is a pretty long day. This is a long evening. Again, thank you guys for tuning in with us. If you've been here this whole time, thank you so much for watching. I hope we've been helpful here. Even if you just tune in for a little bit, again, like our page, subscribe to our channel, like our sponsors, all that fun stuff. Expect Derek on here tomorrow for I don't know what he's gonna do. I'm really wondering what he's gonna do for 2 5-stars in one day. He might have even chased one of them. We still no word from Derek on any of the chats. Nope. Yeah. So he might have gotten the hail stalker in there. That'd be really cool if he did. We got some video or something. Fantastic. Just to kind of add to it. Encore, says Chris. All right. Oh, maybe we'll get some more storms later. If we do have storms much later tonight, unfortunately, I do have to sleep at some point. So if anything happens at 2, 3 in the morning, we will be mapping it. We'll be sending out those alerts. If you have the Hail Trace app and you get the push alerts and all that great stuff, that'll still come out, no problem. The maps will still be getting done live, but you probably won't be seeing live coverage because I do need to sleep for a little bit before tomorrow. So storm right now here in San Marcos. We are getting a radar update with that sweep. Here we go, right into San Marcos right here. Let's bring up the CCs pretty much right towards the center of town, the west side, south and west sides of town, near the north part of I-35. Again, that quarter, $50 size hail here. Again, it's not impossible that we have something ping pong to golf ball size potential. The meteorology team, they're kicking butt with this, so they're probably making sure, got all the T's crossed and I's dotted to see if what I'm saying, if we're up to golf ball size hail is valid or not. But again, very close to the radar, a little challenging to get a confident look on how big that hail is going to be. So I keep just kind of checking out on my phone here and seeing, I'm not getting any reports in on this. Storm's moving pretty quick, so he's still out there? Still chasing? Garden Grove? Where was that? In like Oklahoma somewhere? Okay, yeah. I mean, I know he's chasing for the news channel, so he's still in Oklahoma also he wouldn't drive all the way down to Dallas. So, so this is the storm that's happening right now. We just got another update. Look at that. Actually, that's a pretty solid update there here in like pretty much near the center of San Marcos. Go back to reflectivity real quick. Okay, all right, so there you go. This is where your hail is going to be, up in here. And eastern Oklahoma. Okay, he's on I-40, so he's probably just following the storm all the way till the end of the viewing area. So we got here in San Marcos anyway, hail quarter to possibly as large as golf ball, but likely quarter to ping pong ball size hail with this, or maybe even just quarter to $50. Again, close to radar, hard to tell. Zoom out a tiny bit, see the overall structure of this thing. Okay, all right, let's check out the marker on this. 3.1, geez. Okay, oh, I think we just got a new warning, actually. Yeah, we did. We got a new warning. Warning for golf balls. Is that warning for golf balls radar indicator? Does it say public, report, any of that?
Source is public.
So golf balls? Oh, wait, okay. So there are golf balls in San Marcos. It's just adding to the map here. How many cities in Texas? Was Houston the only one left now? The biggest cities that hasn't been hit?
Corpus Christi.
Well, I'm saying biggest cities. I'm the ones with more than 1 million people in them. No, not that. Not a million people big. Public report. All right. So golf ball size hail here for the storm in San Marcos. So thanks, Curry. All right. Yeah, we're getting other hail trace employees here on the stream. So. Oh, it's right there. Look at that. Yeah, golf ball size hail here in San Marcos, Hays County. So we'll go and zoom in on this here in the San Marcos area. Hang on, I might get a drink real fast. You can take over for a second.
All right, guys, I'm going to hop in here. We got a storm going in San Marcos, as you know, with those golf ball-sized hailstones. So our center of our hail core is going to be right here where the circle is. And then if we hop over to our correlation coefficients, or our CCs, you can see that hail core with that lowering same spot right where I circled before, where those blues and greens are. So that's going to be where we're getting those quarter to $50 sized hail right on the outer edge of it. And then we've got some golf balls and ping pong balls where those blues and greens tend to pop up a little bit more. Back to you, John.
Yeah, all right. A little bit of water clearing out my throat, you know. This is a great time to have the chaser feed so I can get off the screen for like 5 minutes. But we have here in San Marcos, again, we do not have the roads loaded up in Hays County. Unfortunately, I did not expect storms to make it all the way over here. So we have pretty much just west of downtown is where that golf ball size hail is. Again, it's confirmed here within San Marcos. I'm sure probably some kind of pictures or something are gonna be coming in. Again, we've had so many different areas hit with major hail today that we're actually getting like an overload and almost like we filled up the funnel too much, and you gotta get all the pictures like kind of sorted out and figure out where there are and what's going on and all that good stuff. So let's switch back over to the reflectivity, and yeah, the overall hail core is looking a lot better than what it had looked earlier in Bexar County across a good chunk of San Antonio. Let's zoom out just a tiny bit here in Hays County. Okay, so again, this is the storm. We're moving northeast pretty quick, right? Like 40 something miles an hour, I want to say. I think it was 45 miles an hour to the northeast. So this is going to stay south of Austin, Texas. So, you guys had your major hailstorm 2 weeks ago now, I want to say, 2-ish weeks ago, here in April, something around my birthday, I think. So we had, this will not impact Austin. It'll stay off to the south just a bit. But the most recent update we have here is of the hail moving pretty much north of downtown. Let's bring up the CCs real fast. And okay, yeah, it's actually looking a little better, especially right here if we zoom in right where the highest concentration of yellows and greens are. Again, just north of the center of town, just north of I-35. And it was just like Highway 82 or something like that. We have the hail here. Do you have, actually, you have Google Maps open still?
Yep.
Can you go down to San Marcos so we can kind of, I got something to, something to tell the people watching us here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, normally this, I mean, again, this is the tech you guys see on television, and it's usually allocated to certain areas, like one specific city, metro or stuff, so you have the roads for that, but we cover the whole nation, so we have limitations based on what IBM told us that we could and couldn't do, so we had to pick and choose per event what we have. So we got another update here. Looks like, yeah, this hail core is moving to the north side of San Marcos now within this storm. Yeah, it's gonna be north of, so we're north of I-35 here. You can jump back over, we can jump back over the reflectivity. You know, you can tell where that hail core is. Yeah, it's pretty clear on radar where you see the darker reds, the little spacklings of pink, and the normal red. That is where your hail is. Again, confirmed of up to golf ball size hail in San Marcos, Texas. And they continue to move northeastwardly. It's going to probably cross I-35 here by about 10:40-ish. It's 10:27 right now. Been live here a couple hours, think about since about 8 o'clock or so. And still just chugging along. All these storms happening.
That's where Texas State University is in San Marcos. So we might have
Another college getting impacted?
another college town area.
So, do we have any indication, like, generally where this is, an estimate, I guess?
It's really hard to tell without this. Let's see. I bet I can find you something. Hang on.
Okay. Well, Andrea does this. This is actually the same storm that impacted Del Rio, the first storm we mapped today, back at like 3, 4 o'clock, something like that, and has moved crazy distance here, where now it's in San Marcos, dropping that golf ball size hail across the area. This is honestly small potatoes compared to some of the bigger storms we've had today across the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Over by Keller, we had baseballs. Norman, we had bigger than baseballs. And areas just to the west of San Antonio, we probably had softballs. So this is a much more muted storm with that golf ball size hail with it.
So it's hard to tell for sure, but it looks like we're somewhere near State Route 12 and Craddock Avenue.
Oh, man.
Or northwest side of San Marcos.
Okay. All right. What was it again? Sorry, I just got I got a picture that was intense. So.
You're good. State Route 12 and Craddock Ave,
All
somewhere
right.
in that general
All
area.
right, pretty much along Route 12, got it, and Craddock Ave. And here is a picture from Norman.
Yes.
That is gigantic. I have an iPhone 12 Pro Max thing, so what is that, like 5 inches across, and that's how it feels in my hand, and it looks like he's holding an iPhone 12. So that is, oh wait, nope, that's in Hondo, Texas. Justin's a liar. If he's watching, Justin's a liar. Not in Norman, but in Hondo. Yeah, again, but this is what happens. We have a ton of storms. That's why I try not to show the chat, but that one got me excited. So you got, okay, so let's zoom out a little bit here. Let's see what else is happening. So the storm here in San Marcos, it's pulling away a little bit. I don't think that warning's updated or anything. And yeah, look at the storm down here by San Antonio. It's falling apart, canceled the warning. It's just kind of a mess. So I think this is the only game in town of anything that's impacting large population. Let's just look off to the west a little bit, see if there's anything downstream or upstream, I guess. Okay, stuff still coming off Mexico. This is more of a line, so that wouldn't be much to be concerned about. Let's move a little bit to the north. Oh yeah, that's right, the stuff over by Dallas. Okay, let's go a little north a little bit more. Okay, it's starting to look messy. Excuse me. I think overall, this is probably winding down for the most part, and I know Oklahoma's not a big deal. We're past Shawnee. So yeah, let's go back down to San Marcos, and I think we'll start to wrap this up a little bit here, guys, unless Mother Nature goes, never mind, and we keep going. So again, we had that up to golf ball size hail. Let's check on CCs again as we are pulling away from San Marcos, heading towards Kyle. This is where your hail core is, but notice the reflectivity not as bright as before, isn't as much pink and darker red. Now just generally kind of red, so probably a lot of rain mixing in, probably back down that quarter size hail. And this is continuing moving off to the north and east. It'll move into far southern sections of Travis County by about 10:45, 10:50, and then after that, I think we're going to really start to die down. So I think now I can kind of say we're going to start wrapping this up. Everything that's been mapped, check out on Hail Trace. You can probably get alerts like crazy. I can tell you right now, 5-star map in Oklahoma, 5-star map in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and San Antonio is going to be included with that. And it's a very busy day. Facebook posts will probably be going out pretty soon. Let's see. Yes, OKC. Yeah, it was, yeah, Jason, that Norman especially, that was what was really impacted the worst. And then, yeah, other than that, well, we'll have stuff on Facebook probably fairly soon after this stream, you know, talking about these maps, and you'll be getting alerts probably through the evening, through the overnight. If any other storms happen late in the overnight, they will be mapped live. You'll get the alerts. Everything is normal. Chances are probably won't be live again tonight. It's getting kind of late, and unless something really crazy happens next 45 minutes or so, we likely will not come live again until tomorrow. We'll have that forecast for you tomorrow at 12 p.m. We'll be with Derek unless he's not around, but he might have to get creative and think about something exciting since there's 2 5-star maps in the same day. Thanks for tuning in as always, guys, and you can follow us on all of our social.
All right. Just talk me out here. All right, guys, the receiver died. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can hit see first on Facebook so you never miss our live videos. And then if you want to contact us with any questions or comments, you can give us a call at 855-334-4245 or email us at info@hailtrace.com. You can also check out our website, hailtrace.com, for more details on who we are and what we do, so make sure to get in contact with us. And for now, this has been meteorologist John Choquette doing your live forecast, and I'm meteorologist Andrew Myers. Thanks for watching.